Wix.com. That's Wix.com.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
It's a fact of modern life. Switching isn't easy. Your bank, your cable company, your girlfriend. Let's just say each switch comes with a certain degree of difficulty. But switching to Geico, now that couldn't be easier. First of all, it only takes 15 minutes. And just like that, you could be saving hundreds on car insurance. No muss, no fuss, no irate, vengeful, significant others.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
And now it's time for the voice.
Don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I want you to get up right now.
And go to the window,
Open it.
stick your head out and yell,
Hated man! Top of the world!
The voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been anything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of
Good Tuesday afternoon. This is the voice of Ocala. Trivinator Tuesday with Tom. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. Buddy Martin be along momentarily to join us for the show, The Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. I'm joined in studio today by J.J. LaSalva, pushing all the right buttons. J.J., how's your Tuesday going?
Straight.
Pretty good Tuesday. Nice warm weather for you. Warm enough. Acting like it might rain.
Last night it was
A little chilly last night.
It was.
hate this.
A little chilly last night. Not a May night. More like a March night. Sean Frazier bailing me out because I left my computer. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Hunter Turner in the house. Been here almost an hour. Hunter,
That's correct. It's odd for me. I know that.
we've done a little traveling today, you and I.
About 220 some odd miles, Tom.
Got a lot done today. Hunter also going to start trying to get rolling with Hunter going again, JJ. He's going to go out and see some people and maybe get the culture vulture rolling around trying to get going again.
Get it back up.
Now that school's out, although school's about to start for JJ again. CF, big graduation last night. A lot of people there. Seen a lot of people at Mojo's when I was doing trivia. Came in for parties. On today's show, after Trivia Tuesday with Tom, Angie Lewis will join Buddy for her weekly Biz Buzz segment, Ask Angie. And boy, do you think she's going to have something to say about cell phones. After that Dr. Buddy yesterday, the way we were just hard about leave our cell phones alone, I bet she's going to have an opinion on that. Although Angie agrees with us sometimes on the Dr. Buddy
Almost
segments,
all the time.
You know, so... Then in the 5 o'clock hour, it's the ever-popular Around the Water Cooler. Buddy Martin, Tom James, J.J. LaSalva, Tom Schmitz. We're out of microphones, Hunter. You're not getting in today. Sorry.
I'm going to party on the side. What are you talking about? I'm
We're
good.
going to get Sean Frazier from the production studio to get in on the discussion. Hunter Turner, you're X'd out. You're not in. You're not involved. That's what you got to look forward to. Plus... Local 6's Dave Pingalore might check in with us. So it's a jam-packed show today, but it is Trivia Tuesday with Tom, so let's get right into it. For your chance to win 2 tickets to the Marion Theater, where The Great Gatsby starts this Friday with a gala event. These tickets can't be used for that event Friday, but you can go see The Great Gatsby on Saturday with these tickets, or Sunday or Monday of next week. So this is your chance to win 2 tickets to the Marion Theater just for getting 2 questions right on Trivia Tuesday with Tom. All you got to do is call the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622 if you know the answer to this first question. What national park is home to Badwater Basin, the lowest point in the Western Hemisphere? What national park is home to Badwater Basin, the lowest point in the Western Hemisphere? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win free tickets to the Marion Theater. Hunter, last night, We'll talk about it more in the sports hour, but boy, basketball has really taken off, hasn't it?
Without a doubt.
The Miami Heat, ice cold after last night. They got bull rush, JJ. We're going to talk about that more in the sports hour, but boy, it was weird last night. JJ, who do you have on the phone?
Pete.
Pete, cracking it off first today. Pete, how are you on this Tuesday?
Fine, Tom, and if my answer is right, it could also be the answer to a sports trivia question.
It could be. You're entirely correct.
So I hope I got it right.
What national park is home to the Badwater Basin, the lowest point in the Western Hemisphere?
I would say Death Valley.
And stop talking about Clemson that way. Or LSU.
No, Clemson.
Oh, man, that's good.
That's the correct answer, the first answer. Let's see if we can get the second answer.
Oh, the pressure is on. I can't face the Terminator. I think I might have to hang up. Anyway, go ahead.
What potion in the Harry Potter series allows you to look like someone else?
I told you I should have hung up. I don't have the faintest clue, so I'm not even going to make some stupid guess.
JJ said whiskey. Thanks, Pete.
We got another guy. You want to say
Harry
Joe
Potter's
knows
huge.
this?
Joe may know it. Joe, how? Joe, Huck. See, Joe.
You got to give choices, dude.
No, I don't. Dan Martone just came in here and said the answer to me without even thinking about it.
Dan is a huge nerd, by the way. You don't think? I don't think some.
He is huge.
Our
he is a
demographic for listeners is, a little bit older than people that are watching Harry Potter.
Look here.
Exactly.
My mother read the Harry Potter books before she passed away at 66. So don't sell the adult group short, pal.
All right.
J.K. Rowling made pretty good books.
It's not tequila, is it?
It's not tequila, Hunter. Stop. Question is,
and I already just said that, Joe.
What potion in the Harry Potter series allows you to look like someone else?
No choices.
No choices. Call the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622. If you know that answer, you get that right. I'll ask you a second question. You get that right, you'll be the winner of 2 tickets to the Marion Theater. This gives the people that actually Google JJ a chance to Google something about Harry Potter now, see?
And it's movie related. You could also see Iron Man 3.
You can. Iron Man 3.
Got
at
great
the Marion
reviews
Theater right
by
now. Lori Montgomery gave 4.5 stars. That's the best she's ever
thought
given.
movie reviews, they only do 4 stars, so I don't know how that works.
No, 5 stars.
No, they do 4.
Lori Montgomery does 5.
Oh, okay.
And she is the creme de la creme of movie critics,
the only
pal.
movie critic.
No. She is the top-notch movie critic that I know. Of course, she's the only movie critic I know.
That's true.
You know. So, have you been following this story? These 3 women that were freed last night, JJ, in Cleveland,
I
Ohio?
didn't hear about that at all, but I saw the guy's interview where he said, little white girl running into a black guy's arms, so I knew something was messed up.
Gina DeJesus and Michelle Knight and Amanda Berry, all missing since one went missing in 2002, one in 2003, one in 2004.
Dang.
All were found shortly after 6 p.m. Monday night, as Berry was able to break out of the home in Cleveland, Ohio's West Side neighborhood where she had been held for the past 10 years. There are 3 men in custody. Berry escaped the house along with a 6-year-old girl that police are calling her daughter.
Yeah.
If she's been held captive for 10 years and she got a 6-year-old,
makes sense.
Chances are one of the kidnappers is also the father. How do you explain that to a 6-year-old? That's going to be a difficult thing. But it just shows you sick people all over the world. Cleveland, Ohio. Where's the 2 places?
How did they?
They were all
escape?
taken. They were all snatched while they were going home from work.
No,
in
I'm
different
saying,
places.
how did they escape?
It didn't say how she escaped. It just said she had been held. She was reported missing. She called 911. Police responded to the home and found the 2 other women. One had been missing since 2004 when she was 14, and Michelle Knight, who had been missing since 2002, was 20 when they took her. So it's not like they were looking for a specific type of girl either. They were taking all ages.
And you think, if they're in this house with these guys for 11 years, whatever, you get Stockholm Syndrome, I'm sure. You know
You
what I'm
do,
saying?
I'm sure.
Start empathizing with
your captives.
Right. So there's a lot of stories like this where they don't even keep them locked inside anymore.
I know.
Because after this long, what are they going to do?
What are they going to do? This is what the life they know.
Yes.
Strange.
Oh, she broke out of the lower part of a screen door. She frantically called 911. So
strange story though. 3 men held 3 women captive for what is it? For the youngest one, 2002 was the first one. So 11 years. That's a long time. These guys are looking at serious jail time, and they deserve every bit of it if they're found guilty.
And these were not real young people when they were kidnapped.
Well,
either.
one of them was 14, one of them was 20, and one of them was like 18, I believe.
So now it's like a 30-something-year-old lady, you know?
No, they're 27, 27, 31, and like 23, something like that. And all the guys are 56, 54, and 50. These are 3 losers who couldn't pick up, who didn't listen to Dr. Buddy and figure out a way to get a girlfriend, so they kidnapped them. Real sick puppies. All right, so let me get a vote. I'm going to let you two, because y'all are younger than me, I'll let you two. Should we throw out the Harry Potter question and ask another one? Hunter?
Garbage.
Ask another one, yes.
Ask another. All right, the answer is Polyjuice Potion, by the way.
God.
Polyjuice Potion. All right. Let me see. This is easy. I'll give you an easy question, folks.
Right,
according to Gladys Knight and the Pips, where was the midnight train going?
Okay.
If you know that answer, call the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622. After this break, you're listening to Trivia Tuesday with Tom on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source. This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
Situations in the state where we got the city police department, we got the county sheriff, and we got the state patrol. Hypothetically speaking, let's say the state patrol is chasing a bank robber with a hostage into Marion County, into the city of Ocala, and they take hostage someplace. How is it determined what department would make the ultimate decisions on what to do to solve the situation?
What we do in a situation like that where there's a joint response is we institute what's known as incident command, and it's a joint command basically of the situation. Normally the agency that started the incident is overall in charge of it, but it's going to depend on what happens once it gets there. The leaders on the scene that night, the watch commander, the supervisors from whatever agencies get together and they implement that incident command, and that's how those decisions are made.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. Listen to my show weekdays from 3 to 6 right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Marion County's information station, WOCA, News Talk 1370.
Hello, this is Dr. Riyad Fakuri, chiropractic orthopedist at the Fakuri Medical and Chiropractic Center. Listen in to the Head to Toe Care Show every Wednesday, 11 a.m. right here on WOCA. Learn how your body works so that you can help yourself. We're available to answer your questions every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on WOCA, The Source. That's Dr. Riyad Fakuri on the Head to Toe Care Show every Wednesday, 11 a.m. right here on WOCA, The Source.
This is Don with ABC Frederick's Appliance. Here's my daughter, Lena.
And hey everybody, it's Lena. You need to come down to ABC Frederick's Appliance on County Road 25, just over the railroad tracks in Bellevue, where you are treated right with the right products like Whirlpool, Maytag, Crosley, and Speed Queen. These are the new ones. Don't forget, we also carry used appliances that we warranty. ABC Frederick's Appliance does repairs too. Call us at 629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance on County Road 25, just over the railroad tracks in Bellevue. It's at 629-5181.
Cookies, 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 cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies, cookies,
Yum.
cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Hi, I'm Buddy Martin. Don't touch that dial. I'll be along in just a moment here after Tom and the Tribinator, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
This is Tom Schmitz live in the WOCA studios with this news break brought to you by Renstar Medical Research. If the Ocala City Council approves a $1.5 million bid for the annual resurfacing and sidewalk program Tuesday night, Scott Springs Park will get a new walking trail. The trail is part of a proposed contract that includes 3 other special projects, 18 paving projects, and 1 sidewalk project spread across the city's 4 quadrants. This news break was brought to you by Renstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. Call 352-629-5800 for more information. Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala on this Trivianator Tuesday with Tom. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. As the voice said earlier, Buddy Martin will be along momentarily after we get that Trivianator Tuesday with Tom out of the way. The question out there, JJ and Hunter both vetoed the Harry Potter question, so we got rid of it. If you didn't hear, the potion that Harry Potter series allows you to look like someone else was Polyjuice Potion.
Of course.
So this question is, according to Gladys Knight and the Pips, where was the midnight train going? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. Get that right, answer second question, get it right, you'll be entered. You will immediately win 2 tickets to the Marion Theater, where you can see movies such as Iron Man 3 playing now, or The Great Gatsby. Starts Friday with a great gala event they're going to have down there. People dressed like flappers and dressed for the 1920s, lots of classic cars. Now, these tickets you win today will not be good for that event, but they will be good for the next day, day after that. So you can see The Great Gatsby using these tickets, just not at the event Friday night. Buddy Martin is really looking forward to this event, Hunter, at the Marion Theater Friday night. You and I, sadly, are going to miss it.
I know, and I'm sad about that because it's always a great time over there.
I'm broken up. They do a good job at the Marion Theater. The friends at the Marion Theater, they do a good job. The Sotos that are now running it, great people. So
Great people.
I really like the Marion Theater. It's where I go to watch all my movies.
It's a great spot.
JJ, who do we have on the line?
Tom.
Tom. Hi, Tom. It's Tom. How are you?
Hey, Tom. How's it going today?
It's going pretty good. How you looking forward to The Great Gatsby at the Marion Theater, or are you going to use it to go see Iron Man 3?
I'm not sure. I want to see both of them, and I always go to the Marion Theater.
Everybody should always go to the Marion Theater.
Yeah.
All right, here's the question. According to Gladys Knight and the Pips, where was the midnight train going?
Georgia.
Correctamundo. If you get this question right, you'll win 2 tickets to the historic Marion Theater. What 20th century president was in office when the Teapot Dome scandal took place?
I'm I would have to say Teddy Roosevelt.
Ooh.
Not good, huh?
Not it. Not it.
Close?
Yeah, well, you know.
Same century.
You had a president in the 20th century.
All right, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Have a good Tuesday. So the question out there now, during whose presidency, a 20th century president, did the Teapot Dome scandal take place? If you know that answer, call the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622. If you get it right, I'll ask you a second question. You get that right, you'll be the winner of 2 tickets to the historic Marion Theater. JJ, were you homeschooled?
No.
Hunter, were you homeschooled?
No, I was not.
You know Tim Tebow was homeschooled.
Yes, he was.
You know who else was homeschooled that I did not know? Jason Taylor, defensive end football player, homeschooled. Well, the Texas Senate today passed a bill called the Tim Tebow Bill that allows homeschooled student athletes to play for their local public schools in the Lone Star State.
Oh, so they haven't been able to do that.
This bill, which passed the Senate by a decisive 21-7 vote, now rests with the Texas House before it's signed into law. If the bill is successful there, it will open the door for many homeschooled athletes in Texas. And Texas isn't the only state to make it easier for students like Tebow to take part in mainstream high school competition. Indiana passed one, and half the nation's states have already adopted similar bills for Tebow, who led, of course, Nice High School to a state title and captured Mr. Florida's honor as a high school senior while never attending a day of class at Nice High School.
Yeah. So he was never big man on campus.
Nope.
Well, I guess at home.
He was big man on the football field at 3:30, but didn't roam the halls of Nice High School. How do you feel about that? I don't want
Why
some.
shouldn't they be allowed to play?
Because they don't go to that school.
So what?
I don't want some.
They live in the school district.
Yeah, but
just because somebody's parents make them go to homeschool doesn't mean they shouldn't be allowed to play sports.
Well, let me give you an example. I'm homeschooled at my grandmama home because she lives in a school district where the best football coach is at. I don't really get homeschooled at my grandma's house, but I use my grandma's address
people do
as my
that
homeschool.
anyways.
Yeah,
it does not matter, homeschool or not. People do that in general for most football teams. There's going to be those players that don't really live in the school.
Yeah, but what's to stop me?
Or aren't really Catholic.
What's to stop me if I'm a really good kid, say from Middle Georgia, and a wealthy AAU coach or something flies me back and forth on Sunday nights and Friday nights to a town in Florida to make sure he gets his money once I go pro.
If somebody wants to take that effort.
Look, if LeBron James lived in Akron and there was a great basketball AAU program in Chicago, you don't think an AAU coach would have made sure he got flown back and forth to Chicago?
That's so much
even
money,
if he was homeschooled?
It's a lot of money.
I'm just saying, it opens a Pandora's box I'm not sure I want to open. Although Florida's already open, Tim Tebow is, proof. Who do we have on the line?
Chris,
hi, it's Tom on Tribune Tuesday with Tom. So which movie are you going to go see, Iron Man 3 or The Great Gatsby, if you win these tickets?
I would say Iron Man.
Iron Man 3. I've heard Lloyd Martin Gregory, our esteemed movie critic, says it's the best of the trilogy.
Yeah, well, I'm a old comic book guy, so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So
well, let's see. What president?
Harding, I believe.
Damn.
Yes.
As depicted in Boardwalk Empire, by the way.
There you go.
So, if you get this second one right, you'll win 2 tickets to the Marion Theater. It's another history question. You seem to be good at this.
Okay.
What was the first country to recognize the United States as a sovereign nation in 1789? I'm going to give you some choices.
Okay.
Was it Morocco, Egypt, or Persia?
Wow. That's surprising. I thought it would have been a European country.
Nope. What was the first country to recognize the United States as a sovereign nation in 1789? Morocco, Egypt, or Persia?
Just give me a moment just to try to think of a few logical reasons.
You got about 5 seconds.
Okay, Morocco, Egypt. I'm going to say Morocco.
Woo! Morocco is correct.
All right. I was thinking shipping lanes, and that would be the
Morocco. And then,
one.
then the funny thing is, the battle hymn of the Marine Corps is from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, because the Moroccans then, the Algerians and all then tried to start taking stuff from us.
There you go.
So, taking sailors off ships. Hold on the line, JJ will get your information. So, Chris, right there, Chris already knocked it out of the park. So now I got to come up with another question, Hunter. That may have been too easy of a question. She shouldn't have gave choices, huh?
I guess the choices threw him off there.
No, he got the choices.
No, threw us off there.
I don't know if I like that. All right. What was the previous brand name of the Nissan Automotive Corporation?
Oh.
If you know that, call the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win Marion Theater tickets to the historic Marion Theater. Hunter, if you were the winner of the tickets, you going to see Iron Man 3 or you going to see The Great Gatsby?
It's a tough choice. I want to see both, but I definitely would probably go see The Great Gatsby first.
You'd see The Great Gatsby, even with the way Lori Martin Gregory gave it such a good review, the Iron Man 3 movie.
Just because I'd have to go to the party and then go see it on Saturday.
Oh, so that's it. You would go to the party on Friday. Oh, because you couldn't go to the party. That's right. You'll be with me. So
yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
That's probably a wise choice. It's probably a pretty good choice.
Anywhere Buddy Martin is, I got to be.
What do you think about this homeschooling issue, Hunter?
Let me tell you, Tom. This homeschooling thing's always been. It's going to be coming up a lot more now because it obviously he made a great impact. We'll see what happens with it in the future in Texas.
Who do we got, JJ? Joe. Joe, hey,
Joe. Hey, the previous brand was Datsun.
The Datsun.
Yep. Datsun.
Datsun, my dad used to call it.
Yep. Some people, that's another way to say it. Like Datsun. Miami and Miami.
Yeah, Miami and Miami.
Detroit or Detroit.
All right. Now, if you know that, how good are you at music in your Grammys?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Uh-oh. You may be in trouble. In what year did Carrie Underwood win a Grammy Award for Best New Artist? I'm going to give you 4 choices. Okay. 2005, 2006, 2007, or 2008. In what year did Carrie Underwood win a Grammy Award for Best New Artist? 05, 06, 07, or 08?
I'll say 07.
Damn, good guess.
They're killing me today. Just blowing me apart. So there's another winner of tickets to the historic Marion Theater. Joe, thanks so much for playing Trivia Tuesday with Tom today.
All right. So how do I get my ticket?
You're going to hang on the line. JJ's going to get your information right after we go on break. You're listening to Trivia Tuesday with Tom on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source. The AP is reporting that 2 explosions at the finish line of the Boston Marathon.
There's 3 people confirmed dead at Boston Marathon.
Multiple people injured.
Explosion at the Boston Marathon.
Report of another possible device at the Mandarin.
Our 6 reported injured, no deaths. Workers felt the blast all the way over from Newburyport Street.
The Voice of Ocala, your eyes and ears when it really counts.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the Voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin for Renstar Medical Research. Every day we hear another story about innovation or about the cutting edge of technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. But did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that will impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people are right now. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend an opportunity to you to be a part of these. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
If you're looking for work, then you don't want to miss Workforce Connections Job Fair on Wednesday, May 8th from 8:30 a.m. to noon at the College of Central Florida's Klein Center in Ocala. Find out about career opportunities and learn about Workforce Connection services. There is no charge to attend, but registration is required. You can get all the details at workforceconnectionfl.com or by calling us toll-free at 1-800-434-JOBS. Workforce Connection, your employment solution, starts here.
It is true that the smartest listeners listen to The Source, WOCA. And it's also true that the luckiest listeners tune into The Source. Or maybe lucky and smart go hand in hand.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Linda is a smart listener and also a lucky listener.
Hello, Linda. This is Larry at WOCA.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
You are the winner of 2 3-day passes to Walt Disney World.
Isn't that funny? I cannot believe that. I can't believe I won, you know? Cool. That is so exciting. Yeah, that's really great. I'm excited.
You never know what prizes will be given away on WOCA The Source, but every smart listener knows that you make your own luck by keeping your dial set on Ocala's first news, talk, and entertainment station, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, WOCA The Source.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
This is Tom Schmitz live in WOCA studios with this news break brought to you by Gateway Bank. Heisman Trophy-winning Florida quarterback Danny Werfel has been elected to the College Football Hall of Fame. The announcement came Tuesday from the National Football Foundation, which named 12 players and 2 coaches to the Hall of Fame as part of the 2013 class. Werfel, one of the most popular and productive players in Florida history, led the Gators to their first national championship in '96, the same year he won the Heisman. This news break was brought to you by Gateway Bank, your new old-fashioned bank. Join Buddy every Friday for Community Gazette Day at Gateway Bank. We're back on Trivia Tuesday with Tom on the Voice of Ocala. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. Buddy Martin joining us momentarily. I'm getting crushed today on trivia. Buddy's never going to let me do trivia again. 2 weeks ago, I gave away the house. Last week, I gave away half the house. And this week, I'm giving away the house again. We're going to be homeless, sleeping on a park bench here soon, all 4 of us. No home. Sean Frazier will be the only one with a home because he's in the production room. I ain't giving it away.
I'm sleeping in my chair.
Yeah. Well, that's because we'll be on the park bench. You won't have any room. So, JJ, you thought they were going to let you get away with just getting Vinny Testaverde in.
I know. I saw
Stop
that.
it.
That's lame.
Stop it. Make sure the best Florida quarterback got in there. Vinny Testaverde. You know what I found amazing?
Testaverde has some
you know what I found amazing?
Stats.
Go to the NFL and look up stats on quarterbacks. You'd be amazed where you find Vinny Testaverde's name. Vinny's in the top 10.
When you consistently start in the league for like 10 years, you're going to put up numbers.
But he never gets credit. Vinny never gets credit. And he's in the top 10. I found that out yesterday. Well, this Trivia Native Tuesday with Tom. I've given away the house so far, so let's not stop now. Let's give away more. What is the Postal Service's Zone Improvement Plan, better known as? What is the Postal Service's Zone Improvement Plan, better known as? If you know that answer, call the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets to the historic Marion Theater, where showing now is Iron Man 3, what our esteemed movie critic Lori Martin Gregory says it's the best Iron Man of the 3-movie trilogy. Well, that's why it's a trilogy. It's 3 movies. See how I figured that out real quick, Hunter?
That's right. Huh?
Trilogy, 3 movies. Wow.
3. Good job.
Great Gatsby starts there this Friday with a special showing along with a gala event out in front of the Marion Theater. They're going to have a block party. People are going to be dressed up in 1920s genre clothing. There'll be classic cars there. Food from the Cup of the Irish.
The Cup.
Cup. And all you have to do to be a part of that event is buy an $8 ticket to the movie. Who can't afford that? And you could use these tickets that you win today, not that night. You cannot use them for the events Friday night, but you can use them to go see The Great Gatsby on Saturday, see The Great Gatsby on Sunday, Monday or Tuesday of next week, whenever you need to, except for this Friday night. You will not be allowed to use them this Friday night. The question is, what is the Postal Service's Zone Improvement Plan, better known as?
Very easy.
If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win Marion Theater tickets. JJ, I touched on this during the break yesterday because I'm a gun control guy. I'm a non-gun control guy. You know I believe in the Second Amendment. I think gun control means someone holding a gun and aiming it properly. But I'm a little taken back by this story here. And then you even scared me more when we had a discussion about it. The creator of what's being called the world's first 3D printed handgun is coming under fire from lawmakers concerned anyone with a 3D printer and an internet connection will be able to print an untraceable arsenal. Cody Wilson, the 25-year-old founder of Defense Distributed, is expected to release his controversial blueprint from the gun called the Liberator online this week. Okay, maybe we've gone a little too far.
No, I don't think
I'm not real sure.
This is not like a new thing. This is going to change the world. 3D printers have been around for a long time, but they're just now becoming, the public's figuring out about them now.
I'm not
People
real
have
sure
heard about them, but they've been around for a long time.
But I'm not real sure I need someone to be able to go on their printer, the 3D printer, and make a gun, because now it's totally untraceable.
Yeah, but they don't really have the technology so far to make a gun that's going to work.
They said this one worked when they fired it, that it worked. And security checks, background checks, gun regulations, what good will they do if a criminal can go buy a 3D printer, some plastic that you put in the 3D printer, and now he's got a gun?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
I mean, because I know they made a 3D car. I saw that like 6 months ago. They had created a 3D car. A printer created a car. Now
you can
a
make
gun.
Anything, really.
So you could make a tank if you wanted to.
Yeah, but the products so far haven't really been able to last very long.
But if
the material they use isn't as good as obviously the material they're making to use guns now.
Well, but
they'll fire a few times and break.
Okay, so let's say you make a rocket launcher with your 3D printer. How many times do you need to shoot it before it brings down an airplane?
Well, I don't know what you're trying to say.
I think that this kind of stuff it should not exist.
Well, it does.
These should not be allowed to be put on the internet. And somebody's going to say, "Oh, it's freedom of speech." No, it's not.
Actually,
all it is just a. It's going to be in a thumb drive, basically, and it's a little bit of information.
And you have to cut it. You have to fabricate it. It gives you the blueprint and all, and it prints it, and you have to go cut it out and assemble it. I get that idea. But this is making untraceable situations for people. And I'm not real sure I'm okay with that. What I am okay with, though, is it's Trivia Nader Tuesday with Tom. I seem to have stumped him on what I thought was a reasonably easy question.
This is very easy.
This is for a chance to win tickets to the Marion Theater. What is the Postal Service's Zone Improvement Plan, better known as? Let me read that again so you understand. What is the Postal Service's Zone Improvement Plan, better known as? If you know that answer, call the WOCA Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. You get that question right, we'll ask you a second question. You get the second question right, you will have won tickets to the Marion Theater to see either Iron Man 3, which is playing now, which Lloyd Martin Gregory has gave rave reviews to, or The Great Gatsby on any night except for the event this Friday night, as they're going to block the street off and throw a block party in front of the Marion Theater for The Great Gatsby. People will be dressed in period dress. They're going to have vintage cars out there. There's going to be food from the Cup out there. And all you have to do to be a part of that event is go on to, what Field Downtown website, I believe is the website, and purchase your ticket. So for the price of a movie ticket, you're going to get this big party in front of the Marion Theater this Friday night. Who you got on the line, JJ?
Joe.
Joe. Has Joe already tried to win today?
No, we got a different Joe.
Different Joe. Is it Joe Martone?
I don't think so.
Not Joe Martone? Joe, how are you on this Tuesday?
Not bad.
If you were going to win these tickets, you using them to go see Iron Man 3 or The Great Gatsby?
The wife wants me to see The Great Gatsby, so I guess we'll do that.
Sounds like Joe's not real convinced that that's what he wants to do, but I heard today you can either be right, Joe, or you can be happy.
That's right.
A lot of men in the world hadn't been right in 20 years, but they've been happy for 20 years.
That's right.
She's not listening to this, Joe.
No.
What is the Postal Service's Zone Improvement Plan, better known as?
Zip code.
Zip code. If you get the second question right, you will be the proud winner of 2 tickets to the historic Marion Theater. JJ has so much confidence in me, Joe, he's already writing your name down like you've won the tickets. How confident is that in me? Are you a big sitcom fan? You watch TV, Joe?
A little bit.
Are you old enough to remember the 70s?
I was born in the 70s,
All right.
Not really.
Well, so you may know this or you may not. Who replaced the Ropers? What was the character that replaced the Ropers as the landlord on the sitcom Three's Company? What was the character's name that replaced the Ropers as the landlord on Three's Company? 5 seconds.
All I can think of is Barney Fife.
Oh!
But
we should give it to him.
No, we're not giving it to him. I'm getting killed today. It is not Barney Fife. But thanks for playing, Joe.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Yep. What do you mean you should give it to him? Barney Fife was not the character.
Sort of was.
Although there's a great story I can tell you off the air about Can I See Your Bullet, Barney? But that's a whole different thing. We were talking about that today, weren't we?
We were, Tom, earlier today.
The question is, what was the character's name that replaced the Ropers as landlord of the sitcom Three's Company? Who we got on the phone, JJ? Excuse me? Jim.
It's a Jim. Was it Don Knotts?
It was not. It was not. It was the character's name was not Don Knotts.
Oh, okay. The character's name you wanted.
The
not
character's
the
name, and you. Sorry, you already gave me an answer. So,
all right.
Sorry about that. Thanks for playing. So now we've got Barney Fife and Don Knotts. There's only one answer left, I think. Who replaced? What was the character's name that replaced the Ropers as landlord on the sitcom Three's Company? If you know that answer, call the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets to the historic Marion Theater. We'll take your phone calls on the other side of this break. You're listening to Trivionator Tuesday with Tom on the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com, The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risks. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Call your good neighbor's State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 294-2444.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Liz, you gotta hear that.
What?
When I call Devon Self-Storage at 873-0777, they answer the phone always so happy.
Always?
Here, listen.
Thank you for calling Devon Self-Storage. This is John. How may I help you today?
George.
What?
You hung up.
Of course. I know all about Devon Self-Storage across from Hobby Lobby and 200 and how you can store just about anything there and you have your own code to get in. I just want to hear him answer the phone again.
Again?
Well.
Yes, George, yes.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Kim Catola. She's a broadcast journalist, and she's coming on to speak to us about the Dr. Kermit Gosnell abortion trial happening right now.
Open for debate, where both sides of one issue will be debated.
And then Parker Mincho is coming on, a student at Forest High School and a member of the Forest High School Air Force JROTC, coming in to speak to us about the Wounded Warrior Project Bike Ride fundraising event happening Saturday, May 25th.
Anna Fuentes is a broadcast journalist from Radio France Internationale and CNN. She'll be speaking about her book, From the Dragon's Mouth, 10 True Stories That Unveil the Real China.
And then artist Carla Sondheim is coming on to speak to us about her book, The Art of Silliness, a creativity book for everyone. Draw, doodle, and play for 10 minutes a day.
Have all of your legal questions answered by attorney John B. Fuller on Legally Yours.
And then it's the Head to Toe Care Show with your host, Dr. Riyadh Fakori, answering your questions about your health. All of that, plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live, right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
In Clark, we trust.
Hi, this is Clark Howard. Join me every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA 1370, The Source.
Hi, I'm Ernie Sprance. Join me weekday mornings at 10:50 for Report to Consumers. Consumer news you can use from your hometown station. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
WOCA, News Talk 1370. Good talk, great conversation.
I belong to you, you belong to me, my sweetheart. I belong to you.
Back on the Voice of Ocala, Tribunator Tuesday with Tom. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. Buddy Martin will be along momentarily to join us for the second hour, where we'll be joined by Angie Lewis for her weekly Biz Buzz segment and Ask Angie. And I'm sure she'll have an opinion on the Dr. Buddy from yesterday about why women should leave us alone about our cell phones. And then in this third hour, Around the Water Cooler with Tom James, JJ LaSalva, myself, and Buddy Martin, and then Dave Pingalore of Channel 6. But we're going to wrap up Tribunator Tuesday with Tom. The question on the floor, what character replaced the Ropers as landlord on the sitcom Three's Company? JJ, who we got?
Robert.
Robert, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Good. Robert, who replaced the Ropers?
Mr. Furley.
Mr. Furley, also known as Barney Fife and Don Knotts. Mr. Furley was the coolest dude in the 70s. He always wore that little bandana with the open shirt, leisure suit.
Yes.
He had it going on. Mr. Furley had it going on. If you know the answer, if you answer this second question right, you'll be the proud winner of 2 tickets to the Marion Theater. What cartoon dog and his pet boy traveled using a time machine called the Wayback?
Oh, God.
5 seconds.
The only thing I can think is Chin Chin, but I don't know.
Ooh, that is not correct. Thanks for playing Tribute Tuesday with Tom today. Who we got on the line, JJ?
Denver.
Denver, how are you today? Denver is gone. That went through everybody, I guess. So
I even know this.
During the break, we were looking at the interview of the man who helped the ladies escape today. What's his name, JJ?
Charles Ramsey.
Charles Ramsey.
American hero.
This story is still breaking. 3 women, Amanda Berry, Michelle Knight, and Gina DeJesus all have been missing since 2002, 2003, and 2004. Found yesterday, actually, in Cleveland. This is an ongoing story. I'm sure Buddy will have a couple opinions about this. We're going to finish wrapping up Trivia Native Tuesday with Tom. Last call. Who do we have, JJ?
Jim.
Jim, hi. How are you this Tuesday?
Yeah, fine. The dog with the time machine was Sherman.
What is the cartoon dog and his pet boy who traveled in the time machine to way back? What are both their names?
Sherman and what was the other name?
5 seconds.
I had it before I dialed the phone. It just slipped out of my mind.
You're halfway there.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for playing.
All
right. We got about 2 minutes, JJ. If we get one more caller in, 622-9622 for a chance to win Marion Theater tickets. What cartoon dog and his pet boy traveled using a time machine called the Wayback?
This is from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Joe Martone knows this answer, but he's not going to say it because this isn't fun. Oh! This is the last caller, I promise, of the day right here. Going to get somebody in to play the game. Chuck, what cartoon dog and his pet boy traveled using a time machine called the Wayback?
Peabody and Sherman.
Peabody and Sherman is correct. If you get this question right, you'll win 2 tickets to the Marion Theater. Where in the human skeleton would you find the atlas bone? Would you find it? I'm going to give you choices. Would you find it in your foot, your pelvis, or your spine? Where in the human skeleton would you find the atlas bone?
And what were the choices again?
Foot, pelvis, or spine?
Atlas bone.
5 seconds.
That would be in the pelvis.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Thanks for playing today, Chuck.
All right.
That last question, where's the human skeleton? Would you find the atlas bone? Foot, pelvis, or spine? JJ, give it a shot.
Foot.
Hunter, give it a shot.
I'm going to go JJ, foot.
Sean Frazier, would you say foot, pelvis, or spine? Which one?
Spine.
It is part of your spine.
See Sean coming in here touching hot mics.
Sean just comes in and he just runs the place.
He runs the show.
Buddy Martin joining us in the second hour. This has been another successful for you people out in listening land.
For Joe
Trivia
B.
Native Tuesday with Tom.
Joe B. and Chris K. Congrats.
Crushed me.
Congrats, guys.
Buddy Martin joined us in the second hour along with Angie Lewis for Ask Angie and BizBuzz. And I promise you, Angie's going to have an opinion about women leaving men's cell phones alone. Then in hour 3, Around the Water Cooler with Tom James, myself, J.J. LaSalva, and Buddy Martin. And Dave Pingalore of Local 6, the great Pinkster, checks in. All that still to come on the Voice of Ocala. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
And so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy?
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. I want to tell you about a conversation I had recently with General Manager Pat Murray on the great family atmosphere at Country Club of Ocala.
It's a family first club. Again, we have any number of different types of memberships, but obviously the one that attracts the greatest level of interest is our family. And the reason for that is we have a little something for everybody. I mean, we obviously have a world-class golf course. We have 7 tennis courts here for all levels of tennis players. We have a junior Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a fitness center that's second to none, and we have state-of-the-art equipment in our fitness center.
Country Club of Ocala, where the facilities are all a family will ever need. For more information, call today at 352 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of Monday's Gator Report and Gator Talk Thursday right here on The Source.
Commercial bank approval. Vehicle purchase across the fixed rate allowance.
So, whoosh! That's the sound of my broom working overtime, because this month I'm sweeping the streets of Ocala to rid the city of old clunkers so you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hey, this is Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. Right now, I'll give you a lot more over your appraised value for your old car. Even if you're still making payments, even the worst clunkers qualify, and nice cars too. So trade up to a clean car today.
Plus, my sweeping is keeping the bankers from sleeping, because my For the People credit approval process gives my banks and lenders more opportunity to help good people like you.
So wave goodbye to that old car you're stuck in and say hello to a bright and shiny, nicer, newer car today. Get a lot more over appraised value for your old car.
Even if you're still making payments, trade up to clean up today.
Hurry, once I get rid of 57 cars, this auto makeover is over. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue.
Or call 694-1234. See your Prestige!
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, it's our business to make your business better. Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Call me crazy. Some people say insanity is doing the same thing over and over expecting a different result. I think insanity is 1,000 single-sided full-color business cards for $15 or packing service for 50% off. Call me crazy. Regency Printing on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Look for the yellow signs.
It is true that the smartest listeners listen to The Source, WOCA. And it's also true that the luckiest listeners tune into The Source. Or maybe lucky and smart go hand in hand.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Linda is a smart listener and also a lucky listener.
Hello, Linda. This is Larry at WOCA.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
You are the winner of 2 3-day passes to Walt Disney World.
Isn't that funny? I cannot believe that. I can't believe I won, you know? Cool. That is so exciting. Yeah, that is really great. I'm excited.
You never know what prizes will be given away on WOCA The Source, but every smart listener knows that you make your own luck by keeping your dial set on Ocala's first news talk and entertainment station, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, WOCA The Source.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Don't ever miss a single edition of the Mike Huckabee Show. We're going to have a whole lot of fun talking the big issues of the day. We'll talk to the newsmakers and the issues that made them a newsmaker, as well as we'll bring you some entertainment, some fun. You never know what's going to happen on the Mike Huckabee Show. Don't miss it.
Join Mike Huckabee every weekday from noon to 3 exclusively on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Larry, nice haircut.
Oh, thanks, Robin. Looks like you had something different done, too.
Yes, I did. Thanks for noticing. I went to Lupe at Merle Norman on the Boulevard for a fresh cut, some summer highlights, and a facial.
No kidding. That's who I go to. I didn't know she did all that.
She does coloring, waxing, styling, updos, microderms, and she does it all for prices that won't break the bank.
Sounds like you can take the whole family there.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Hi, this is Lupe. Let me be your personal stylist. To set up your appointment, call me today, 426-1229.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
The other from the Pew Research Center. If you're headed to the supermarket, have a snack before you leave. Researchers at Cornell University say hunger, even short-term food deprivation, can lead to a shift in choices. That means you're more likely to choose foods that are higher in calories and fats. He had weight loss surgery back in February, so why is the governor of New Jersey just now talking about it? Chris Christie says it's because he didn't want people focusing on that instead of the issues he says are really affecting his state. Incidentally, he's dropped more than 30 pounds. phones. Sorry, Dad, the website Retail Me Not says we worry more about Mother's Day gifts than we do what to buy for Father's Day. Most of us will spend at least $40 for Mom, and we'll probably buy her flowers. This is ABC News.
We move forward, so does the rest of the economy. CSX trains are the most cost-efficient way to move goods to market. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
I know my business, but I don't know much about creating a website.
Who has the time to create their own website?
I always thought a website would cost a lot of money. Then I discovered Wix.com.
Wix.com was the perfect solution.
It's so easy. You choose a beautiful design, write what you want to say, and move your images where you want them. No coding, no confusion.
And the best part is that Wix.com is absolutely free.
No matter what size your business, people don't take you seriously unless you have a professional-looking website. Create your own stunning website for free at Wix.com. That's Wix.com.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry. We didn't leave you.
If he's gone, he's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala. Hoo-ah!
You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
All right, like the man said, this is hour 2. That means I'm here now. Buddy Martin is the name of the host of this show. This hour, at least. And thanks to Tom. And there you go.
I'm sorry. Had to do that a lot today.
I was a little late today because I had to go by the bank and see Tom Ingram to get a loan because we gave everything we had away in the last 2 weeks. So we have nothing left. The cupboard's bare. We have nothing to eat or drink. It's all been given away by the Tribune.
We're homeless. Park bench is looking good right now.
I think so. Well, that's what we do. That's what we give it away every Tuesday. That's what it's all about. This story on the 3 women in Cleveland is captivating. It's just, and it's so disturbing, and yet at the same time, you just want to know what happened and how it went down, and the bits and pieces that we get, and each one we find a little bit more about the families. And I watched today, and I felt my heart went out to the guy who was the uncle, who was enough of a man to stand there with CNN and apologize for his nephews and the family, and said they should be ashamed of themselves. You know, he's taking the brunt of it. I'm sure the anger, and there's so many facets to this. But the one facet that I think we're all compelled with, at least I am. You guys aren't, probably because you don't have kids, but you appreciate how parents feel about children and about them being endangered. And the frightening part about it is, it's usually somebody they know, as this was the case, that abducts them. And I saw this guy. Is it John Walsh? Is that his name? America's Top 10 guy.
That's America's Most Wanted.
Most Wanted, yeah. And I've heard others talk about this before. I just happen to remember it. Is, what do you do? What do you tell your children? You don't want your child to be totally antisocial with everybody they meet, even to a point where when you introduce them, your parent, as a parent, and you say, "This is Uncle Tom." You know, you don't want them to just be rude.
Well, only one of these was even a kid.
No, I know, I understand, but I'm saying, I know these are adults, but I'm talking about children particularly. I mean, the fact that these were adults is, well, they're adults now. They were 14.
They were 20, 17, and 14.
Now.
No, they were then.
Buddy, these are grown adults.
Wait a minute. They're grown now.
They were 20, 17.
I thought they said they were 14, 17, and something.
20 when they were abducted.
Okay, I thought
one of them has a 6-year-old now.
No, I saw that, but I thought that was. Well, I mean, if you're 17, you've been there 10 years, you're going to be 27.
Right, and she's 27 now.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. She was not abducted when she was 27.
She was abducted at 17.
Well, that's what my point was.
One of the girls were 20. There was one girl that was abducted at 20.
Gotcha. Okay, so anyway, so the standpoint of whether children or whatever it may be, or even grown married women, I don't care who it is, abduction is abduction. But you particularly feel bad for the little ones who are so vulnerable, could be just child-dapped and gone in a heartbeat. So I'm saying, what do you tell your children? I heard the CNN anchor say, what do you tell your children, and what do you tell people? And he said, what you do is you fight. First of all, you fight back. You make a lot of noise. You hope that someone's going to see you. You make a break for it when you can. Do anything you can do, because if they get you where they're going to get you, you may be in prison for 10 years.
Well, what was it? Was it Lacey Dugard or something? The one that was for 10 years, and she actually would go out shopping with her kidnapper and everything. Because
they let her go back home.
Yeah, because she became so ingrained. She thought that was her life, the Stockholm Syndrome.
Right.
And this is a very weird story. We just watched during the break the man who helped the Amanda girl get out of the door and everything.
Mm-hmm, Charles Ramsey.
Charles Ramsey. I mean, he said this guy...
Best interview ever.
He said this guy did what normal people do. He came out of his backyard, and he barbecued, and he said hi to his neighbors.
He said he had ribs with him. I've eaten ribs with him.
But didn't ever let... I live at my house right now. My neighbor next door, I told you the story, I just met him.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor on the other side just met him. I don't let them in my house, and they don't let me in their house. Yeah. So it's scary what could be going on in the house of somebody you think is perfectly normal.
And yet you want to have that privacy.
You do.
Here's the point I want to get to. We hear it over and over and over, and the sheriff and the chief of police tell us this over and over and over. They say, always call if there's something suspicious. Thank goodness the young girl did do that, by the way. The young girl did call at one point. They've been, and yet the police went there and found nothing. I mean, there were people who called on 2 instances. They went out, couldn't find anything. Now, you think, well, how could the police, go in there and not find anything at all? Now, I don't know if they went in the house or not, but the point is that if you see anything, if there's a reason to suspect that there's another person living in that home that hasn't been around for 2 years, you haven't seen them, you need to say, you know what, call the police and say, there's something going on over here next door. And it's not being a busybody. It used to be considered being a busybody. Not anymore. This is 2013. You got to be the eyes and ears of the law enforcement. You got to let them know when something looks strange, because thank goodness Charles Ramsey didn't go for the idea it was another domestic abuse case, which you say at first he thought it was. Then he saw something, and he began to sense the desperation of this one woman, Amanda Berry, and he realized there was something going on. And so thanks to him, the girls got out.
It's a very strange and surreal story, and it just, I don't know, and the men that captured them were 56, 54, and 50. So
did you just see the pictures of them?
Yeah, we're not talking about spring chickens, and we ain't talking about the cream of the crop looks-wise either.
You're right. This is scum cities, what this is.
These are guys who had been rejected at all turns and just decided to go take women.
Looks like they just came out of a meth lab. Anyway, the point is that I understand that neighborhoods, particularly poor neighborhoods, they have people that are of all walks of life, and, you have more crime there in some regards, and sometimes when you call the cops, they feel like they never get a break. They're not as apt to call cops as, say, people in middle-class neighborhoods are, or think they're going to get the same result, and I get that part of it. But, gosh, I mean, you got to wonder if the FBI was on this, and the cops that came there twice, I'm asking the question, how come somebody didn't check it out? How come?
Right.
I mean, I guess you go and you try to see if you see anything suspicious. You ask if you mind if I look around the house, and if they're under and we haven't found out what the labyrinth. There may be some sort of under the floor captive area or something.
Who knows?
And so if it looks normal when a cop walks through, okay, well, somebody in the neighborhood's obviously got it out for this guy and calling prank calls in on it.
Yeah,
I can see how it happens.
And I saw, the little girl said she often saw a girl sitting in the window, sitting there, and then she'd be sitting there for a while. They'd disappear. They never see her come out. So, I mean, looking back now, there are signs, but I mean, obviously not enough signs for anybody to be able to catch it. I mean, it's just a horrendous.
If I saw random people in the house, I'm just thinking, okay, he's having random people over.
Yeah, that's probably what they're thinking.
Yeah, not one part of me goes to this guy's kidnapping somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
That just doesn't work in my brain.
But by the same token, when one night one girl said she saw one of the girls walking around the backyard naked while he was hanging clothes out or something,
That's a little over the top.
That's a sign. That's Bill Engvall. Here's your sign.
Something going on now.
If you ever see a woman walking around her backyard with no clothes on, while a grown man is hanging out clothes on the line, you might need to call the police.
Yeah, something. So I don't know the answers. I just know it's amazing to think this could happen, and yet you know what? It's happening other places in this country.
It's amazing to me that it happened in a neighborhood like that.
Well, remember the Dugar girl was kidnapped, and that was like the guy lived in a junkyard. There was all kind of like huts and everything built there.
That's what I'm saying. This is like a neighborhood on a street, like 20 feet away from the next
where the guy
house.
was inside being a kidnapper, and outside he's working on his motorcycle.
Right.
Double lives of people. It's amazing. And the thing about it is that really when you get down to it, who can you trust? You say, once again, the people who are the abusers are the soccer coach, the teacher,
swim coach,
the pastor or preacher, the swim coach. The people who have the most control and power over other people are the ones you have to watch out for. And that's sad, because then you think, who can you trust?
Who can you trust? Exactly.
I mean, if you can't trust your priest or your preacher, who can you trust? And that's the sad part about it. Anyway,
I trust Father Pat, I'll tell you that. Good guy.
Well, good. I'm glad you do. You don't have to worry about it. We weigh 247 pounds.
Well, that's a good point. If I weigh 247 pounds, I'd be in great shape.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I was being kind. At 47, JJ likes to use that 47, throw it in there. So.
By the way, I'll be 47 in July, JJ, just so you know. The best year
we
ever.
will have a big celebration.
The best year ever is about to start.
And by the way, we're going to be about 47 minutes past the break if we don't stop right here.
Yeah, we got Angie.
Angie Lewis is coming in. She didn't like the wait. We got lots to talk to her about. And she's bringing her daughter, Alexis, a special day for Alexis coming up next, right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, I'm Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness, Ocala's premier small group and personal training fitness studio. Did you know you can achieve all your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight, getting fit, or training for a personal best, all with no membership fees? Have you ever been embarrassed or intimidated at a big gym because you're not a Greek god or a size 0 supermodel? Have you ever felt like your gym would rather you not even show up? At KMF, we have a team approach that focuses on small classes and personal training, and you'll feel like family, not just another number. No more boring treadmills or endless reps. Our classes are fun, energetic, and get you the results you want. And I should know, with the help of our great trainers, I lost over 100 pounds in 8 jean sizes, and I did it using no heavy equipment and no magic pills. Just fun and effective workouts. And yes, I did say fun. Come join us at KMF. Visit our website at kmfocala.com or like us on Facebook. Again, that was kmfocala.com.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA The Source.
WOCA.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Kim Catola. She's a broadcast journalist, and she's coming out to speak to us about the Dr. Kermit Gosnell abortion trial happening right now.
Open for debate, where both sides of one issue will be debated.
And then Parker Mincho is coming on, a student at Forest High School and a member of the Forest High School Air Force JROTC, coming in to speak to us about the Wounded Warrior Project Bike Ride fundraising event happening Saturday, May 25th.
Anna Fuentes is a broadcast journalist from Radio France Internationale and CNN. She'll be speaking about her book, From the Dragon's Mouth, 10 True Stories that Unveil the Real China.
And then artist Carla Sondheim is coming on to speak to us about her book, The Art of Silliness, a creativity book for everyone. Draw, doodle, and play for 10 minutes a day.
Have all of your legal questions answered by attorney John B. Fuller on Legally Yours.
And then it's the Head to Toe Care Show with your host, Dr. Riyadh Fakori, answering your questions about your health. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Cookies, 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 cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies, cookies,
Yum.
cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. Times of sun and clouds today. It'll be breezy and pleasant this afternoon with pretty low humidity for this time of the year. High 77 to 81. And tonight it'll be clear and comfortable. Those ranging from 56 in a few inland spots to 62 along the coast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny day and a bit warmer in the afternoon. High 81 to 85. For Thursday, times of sun and clouds. High 82 on the coast, 88 well inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Coming up in just a moment, Angie Lewis, their special guest today. Let her surprise you with it. And we've got a full 40 minutes or so. We're going to have to visit the doctor buddy from yesterday about cell phone usage. I want to ask about the Angie segment about sinkhole insurance. Can you get it? How does it work? How much is it, etc.? And then we're going to maybe have a little chat about the news, which, of course, is the three women who were abducted for 10 years in Cleveland, and Angie's just hearing about that, so we'll catch her up on it, too, as well. She's been a busy lady. Meanwhile, time for Tweets and Quotes. Always love Irma Bombeck. R.I.P. Irma. She said, dreams have only one owner at a time. That's why dreamers are lonely. Number two, little Jerry Seinfeld for JJ. Men don't care what's on TV. They only care what else is on TV. That's what we click. And finally, my favorite guy, the guy I always loved going to, Stephen Wright. I went to a general store, but they wouldn't let me buy anything specific. A little humor always helps. And Stephen Wright's always got very dry humor. And love Stephen Wright. Love Angie Lewis, too, and love her guest today. How are you, Angie?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
You are about the busiest person lately. Your life seems to have changed dramatically in the last 3 months. Could it be that you own another business? Oh, something like that happening? And,
probably a little bit of both. I actually was sitting down with my team this morning. We were going over the month of May, and I was exhausted before we even got started, just looking at the calendar.
Yeah.
But
how are you doing? All right?
I'm good, yes.
Let's just take a breath right now. And we got a little interlude here. We can relax and take it easy.
Oh, and hello, JJ.
What's up?
Hey.
Before we get into your special guests,
yes,
let me catch you up on what's going on. We had a little bit of a discussion on this, about the three women who were abducted 10 years ago in Cleveland, and they found them yesterday in this one house. Amazingly, this could have happened, you know. And we were talking about the abduction aspect of it and the fact that these were not babies or small children. These are women. The youngest was 17 when she was abducted. 14, I'm sorry, she was abducted. So we do have... it's still the same. Abduction is abduction. The children are a lot more vulnerable, obviously. You've raised two. You know what that's like. You worry about that. Then you just got the issue of abduction, period, which is very scary. Mm-hmm. And I think we're all thinking, this could happen right here in our town, you know? This is what really scares you.
Right.
So I don't know what we can do as parents, but have you thought about that? What have you told your children?
Oh, I think every parent thinks about that. I mean, that's that's every parent's, I think, biggest nightmare is something like that to happen. You know, anytime you've ever been in a shopping center and your child gets away from you for a few minutes,
panic.
They get into the clothes rack or something that mine used to do, and they'd hide from you and think that's hilarious. And your body, I mean, it just it's the most horrible feeling. And I mean, we had conversations about, you know, what to do in those situations, and you try to teach them skills to stay out of those situations. But I mean, these are adult women that it happened to.
Right.
So I mean, like you said, it can happen to anyone. It's nightmarish. I mean, I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah, I noticed that everybody says always fight,
scream,
scratch, kick, whatever you got to do. Don't get in that car if you can help it. You know. Mm-hmm. If you get to the destination, there's a chance you become a prisoner for 10 years.
Right.
And so, again, and the other thing is neighborhood awareness. The more and more I talk to the police and the sheriff around here, to Chief Graham and Sheriff Blair every other Friday, they always keep saying, always call. Always call. If something doesn't look right to you, it may not be right. Don't worry about putting us out. Call.
You know, and that's one of the things that I think has changed over the years. You know, growing up, our neighbors always watched out for each other. Right. And they always knew, a nosy neighbor, you know, they always knew what was going on. My mom always knew anything I ever did before I got home. And it seems like we're in this time where we pull our cars in to our communities. We drive our cars up into the garage. We don't talk to our neighbors.
And pull the lid over.
Right. And I think people are less likely to call when they might suspect something. I mean, you hear about people having break-ins in the broad daylight in these communities right here that should never happen. Mm-hmm. You know, you mentioned how did someone not see that? How did someone not see a door being kicked in the middle of the day in the front of the house? Mm-hmm. You know, but I almost think that we've gone a little bit away from, and we need to get back to a little bit to the nosy neighbor and just watch out for each other.
The thing about it is you got to worry about your neighbor now too.
Well, that's true.
And
unfortunately,
I don't even like my neighbors.
They don't think like you
the
either.
Dogs
JJ,
bark all day.
That's a different issue. But it is annoying.
We've got some interesting neighbors. We've got some great neighbors.
I think I like my neighbors. I just wish they wouldn't shoot off fireworks. You know, I don't mind them shooting them off for 30 minutes, or hour, whatever, on the night of, whatever, but not all night, not the next day. I have an animal, a dog, and he's, that's not necessary. And anyway, I asked the chief about it. He said, yeah, well, they get this.
Right.
He said, but if it gets annoying, call us and we'll come out and say, ask them to please stop. So, but anyway, it's just a shame we live in a society where you can't try. And as someone said today, it's not just some creepy guy who comes to your neighborhood. It's people you trust, your coach, your teacher, your priest, your preacher, your whatever club you belong to. Those are the people who prey on children, and that's the scary part about it. So who you trust? Anyway,
and I don't think that that's anything new. I think
it seems worse now.
I think because it's more media coverage, and I think people maybe come out more, and that's one of the things that I'll talk. Alexis is really passionate about. And so I think people are just more apt to come. I had a friend who had a bad situation with one of her parents' friend. She never told anyone. And I just think now that silence, people are more apt to come out and let people know when things are happening.
Someone that happened to about a year ago that it was a teacher, not a teacher in the true sense of the word, that according to the child, child says he was touched inappropriately, but nobody can prove it. Child's only 5-6 years old, but so who do you believe? Who do you believe? You got to believe the children when they say that. You got to believe. And I think the situation was addressed, and the people looked into it, but in the end, nothing was done except to say, well, we got to be more diligent about that.
Wow, Buddy, I think I like our Dr. Buddy. So, I told you, I live in a world of rainbows and Skittles. I don't know.
Right.
No, but it is true, and it is. I think we do need to. We've got to be proactive, teach our children about these things, and
Skittles and rainbows, huh?
Skittles and rainbows.
Okay. I'll have to ask Alexis about that. Well, let's get to Alexis in 1 second. Dr. Buddy said yesterday, appeal for the women particularly. This is not just a man thing.
Okay.
Women do it, men do it. But, don't hate our cell phones, okay? You probably use yours more than Clint does. But don't hate our cell phones. We understand the need for guidelines and for privacy and times to turn them off, whatever.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you had a client you've been trying to get hold of for 3 days, and you sit down to dinner and they call you at that point in time, at least allow that person, let's say, I'm at dinner, let me call you back, without getting upset about it. Because there are times when important things are being done on cell phones. I know it's annoying. I don't like it either, but the whole idea was addressed by the guys yesterday. So it's time for ladies to have equal time about cell phones and about what is appropriate and what's not. So you represent...
Okay, so the guys were saying that the women get onto them more about...
Well, I don't think...
That's not what I said.
No,
I said it's the complete opposite in my life.
Yeah, his life. But I said, my point was that, I heard a sermon Sunday about someone saying, my wife wants to punt my cell phone across the other side of the room. And I get that too. And it seems to be more intrusive. I don't want to be sexist here because men do it too, but women do it as well. I just want to say that I think mostly it's males. You are an exception in your family. Mostly it's males who have cell phones. And, they don't need to bring them home and talk on a cell phone all night long or go to dinner. But there are times, there are exceptions. And there needs to be some kind of understanding about the rules. That's all it's...
Well, and I think that's one of the things is you need to be in the moment. If you're sitting down to dinner with your family, okay, if you've got an important call that's, you've been waiting on, that's one thing. But if you're sitting down at dinner or you're out on a date night or whatever, or you're out to dinner and you're constantly doing this or checking and texting.
No, not constantly.
That's a different thing. But, of course, if there's an important call coming in, I
what do you think the best rule of thumb is? What do you and Clint do?
Oh, I'm not good. I'm on my phone a lot.
I should ask Alexis.
Yeah. Look at you can tell. But that's not. If somebody's calling, okay, if you're at dinner, you're out, and you get that call. I don't understand why that person can't just leave a message, or you see that they call and you could call them back when you're done.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
But if you're at dinner with me and JJ and Clint and Alexis calls, what are you going to do?
What am I going to do, Alexis?
Ignore it.
I'll ignore it.
Or I didn't hear it.
You know what I do?
Busted.
I do keep my phone on silent a lot.
Yeah.
So, she's right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay, well, there you go. Dr. Buddy wins again. There you go. Anyway, let's go ahead and introduce Alex. Pull that microphone down just a little bit. It's not okay. And let's introduce this special person.
All right, but yes, I'm happy today to bring in my daughter, Alexis Lewis, who I wanted to formally present her with the coveted Angie Lewis State Farm Insurance Good Neighbor Award. Woo! And I'm gonna let her.
Come on, JJ, clap.
I did.
I'm gonna let her expand on what she did.
Let's take a break and come back.
Okay.
I want her to admire the goods. Check it out.
I know
Thank you for BJ Trophies.
BJ Trophies, our
BJ's
sponsor.
Trophies.
Thank you, JJ, for reminding us.
Exactly. Thank
Lori
you.
does a great job for us down there. You must be you must be good friends with Floyd by now.
They're great. I walk in, they're like, "Oh, we've got it ready for you," and they always call and let me know when it's ready. And
cool.
I love those guys.
That's cool. Now, just a small word for Alexis before we go to break. Alexis, tell us tell her what she got it for.
What she got it for
besides being your
was,
daughter, right?
But yeah, basically she set up a fundraiser at Forest High School this year to raise money for the Domestic Violence Center. So we'll expand on that after break a little bit. But
okay, you want to give your speech now? Thank everybody, and do all.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank my agent. All right, Alexis Lewis. She'll be back here in just a moment with Mom. It's Mother's Day. This is kind of a reverse Mother's Day gift, huh? All right, we'll talk about that next right here on the Voice of Ocala. Stay tuned to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver, to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Call your good neighbor's State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 294-2444.
Are you looking for a trustworthy auto care company that won't sell you something you don't need? Look no further than Affordable Auto Air and Care. Affordable Auto Air and Care has serviced Ocala for a decade and is family owned and operated. They offer quality parts at affordable prices, and they even include a 1-year or 12,000-mile warranty on their parts and labor. Their certified technicians work on any type of vehicle, even RVs. They specialize in auto AC, but they also offer oil changes, brake service, filters, tune-ups, shocks, axles, complete auto repair. Affordable Auto Air and Care is located at 1841 Northwest 4th Avenue on the corner of Old Jacksonville Road and 441. Call 352-401-0011 to book an appointment. That's 352-401-0011. Affordable Auto Air and Care. Complete auto repair. Take it from me, Tom Schmitz. I'm a customer.
Attention U.S. veterans, if you're looking for work, you don't want to miss Workforce Connections Job Fair on Wednesday, May 8th. And in honor of your service, you will receive early admission. The job fair takes place at the College of Central Florida's Klein Center in Ocala. You'll be able to apply for jobs, tour the new mobile resource unit, and learn about Workforce Connection services. To learn more, visit us at workforceconnectionfl.com. Workforce Connection, your employment solution, starts here.
Don't get caught in the dark. Call Tri-County Generators, LLC first at 1-800-622-1957, your authorized Generac dealer. Tri-County Generators are there when you need them with new generators for home standby, commercial, RV, and portable generators. They also service your existing systems. Now is the time to act. Be prepared before you have an emergency. Call Mike Gant today at 1-800-622-1957. That's 1-800-622-1957 for Tri-County Generators.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Up to 20% of the brain's cerebral cortex consists of the same fatty acids found in fish, like salmon, tuna, and sardines. The number of ER visits due to caffeine overdoses, they've skyrocketed in the past decade. A growing number of victims are teenagers who consume so many energy drinks. People who are around animals every day, they feel healthier. They're also, get this, 21% less likely to develop colds and flu.
On the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, this is Joe, and I'm your host for the new show, Damage Control, every Tuesday morning at 10:30 a.m., brought to you by Damage Control Services. We're going to be discussing floods, fires, storm and tree damage, sinkholes, mold, and many other disasters that you need to know about, how to prevent and prepare for them, as well as what to do when it happens and what to expect after it happens. This is Damage Control, Tuesdays at 10:30, right here on The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Back to the Voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, along with Angie Lewis. He always co-hosts this 35 or 40 minutes every Tuesday. Angie Lewis, State Farm Agency. We'll get her to give us a little info in a minute about something I want to know about, which is sinkhole insurance, if there's such a thing still exists. Meanwhile, we're talking about the new recipient of. Did you know he has like some big music or like an announcement of like trumpets or something like that?
Well, we had Eric Church playing. He's a great artist.
Well, but I mean, can we like have a class? There's a little applause. Okay, that works. All right, a little applause there for Alexis, and she is the winner of the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency Good Neighbor Award. Congratulations, Alexis.
Thank you very much.
Well, Betty, and I don't know if you've got questions for her, because
I do.
I see her all the time. I mean, but one of the things I just wanted to know, too, was kind of what drove her to want to do this and why she chose the domestic
violence. I got the answer, because we've got great parents. That's what I say. That's what it was. Now, let me do this interview, okay?
I'm going to, because that's what I was hoping.
I hope she wasn't doing domestic violence because she already has that.
Oh, no. Well, first of all, are you a senior at Forest or junior?
Yes, I'm a senior.
Mm-hmm. And I understand you got some college plans. I heard about that.
Yes, I'm going to go to USF.
Yeah, another bull, huh? In the family, yeah. And what's going to be your major?
My plan right now is to double major in sociology and communication.
Okay, that's pretty good. That sounds like someone who might work in the social field.
That's what I want to do. Someday I want to own my own nonprofit organization.
Uh-huh.
And specifically do something that can help women like I'm already started to do now.
Okay, well, I want to know about this. Do you have a name for this fund or anything? In case someone wants to write a check for you or something, is there a name?
What you mean for the Domestic Violence Center themselves?
No, but your organization, you just contribute to the Domestic Violence Center.
Oh, yeah, right now.
Okay, I thought you had a fund. Okay.
Someday I'll have
her goal. I'm sorry, I messed that up. I messed it up. All right, but you have raised $500. How did you raise the money?
Well, I decided I want to do something at school with sporting events, so you know how they have foam fingers at sporting events?
Yeah, that'd be that big finger, like number one type thing?
Mm-hmm. Well, our mascot is the Wildcats, so I got paws printed up and you could put your hand in, and so I sold them to the kids, students, teachers at the volleyball games, football games, baseball games, soccer games, and try to raise some money. I thought it'd be a good idea to raise school spirit as well.
Very good. And so how did you know how to do these things? You have to get someone who makes these and buy them?
Yeah, I just found a website, and Mom helped sponsor them.
Okay. Well,
Mom's business.
There you go. Mom's good about sponsoring. She's a sponsor queen around town, I'm going to tell you what. Thankfully, she's supporting about 10 businesses around here, so that's why she's so popular in town. And let's get a little deeper into the issue of domestic violence, which I think, obviously, you have a heart for this. If you ever had an experience where you had a friend who experienced it, or have you known victims of it, or why did you pick that particular aspect of it?
I'm just really interested in women's issues, and a big thing for fighting for equality is that a lot of people still will dehumanize them by dominating, by sexually or physically abusing them, and that's a really big problem because we're never gonna be treated equal completely unless if people think that it's okay to hit them or to sexually abuse them. And actually, like, about 1 in 3 women have been sexually assaulted sometime in their life, and so that's a really big problem. So it needs to, that's a really big number. And a lot of women, with social media, a lot more women can speak out now. But there's still shame and guilt associated with it, and people feel like they can't speak out.
Have you had friends who've been involved in this at all, or how did you learn about this issue?
Just learning more about feminism.
Okay.
Reading books.
In school, reading books. Okay.
Reading books on my own, kind of.
Yeah. And do you feel that the people who are actively involved in this movement are making a difference? I think so, especially with social media. I've seen a lot online. A lot of stories where people can share their experiences, and it's really touching. And other people, they share it, and you can become we need to change the culture right now, because no one deserves to be abused. It's interesting that I know a local charity called Helping Hands, and the guy who runs that, Brad Dinkins, actually wrote a story for our magazine, which is coming up in this next issue. And there's so many cases of young women who get involved or get pregnant early, and then the man leaves her. She rebounds, someone to take the children in. It gets worse. Then one day she has 4 children and no place to go. And these are the people who show up on the doorsteps of places like Helping Hands. And thank goodness that we have some people who are reaching out to those families because they've got nowhere to go.
Right.
And I think that's the cycle you're talking about, right?
Yes, definitely.
So, what do you think you'd like to do about that when you get out of college? Do you think you'd like to work for an organization?
Yes.
Do you think, and you'd like to educate people further on the issue and find out the seeds of it, where it starts, and maybe help correct some of that, or counsel, or what?
I'd like to do everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'd like to write about it.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
You're a writer.
Yes. I'd like to someday, write a couple books, maybe, something,
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to write about it. I want to do marches, events, everything I can, and then also maybe even have a center like the Domestic Violence Center where people who are experiencing these traumatizing things can come and get counseling, can get aid, be able to get back on their feet, because a lot of women are trapped in these situations it's really hard to get out of when you have nowhere to go.
You're very passionate, I can tell, from your voice, which is what it takes, by the way. And you talk to your friends about it?
Yeah, a lot.
What do you say to a friend when you talk to? What do you talk about?
A lot of my group of friends are pretty socially aware and kind of feel the same way as I do, and we're all kind of want to fight for this type of thing, and just equality in general, tolerance, kind of a thing.
And it's the victims are they get stuck in these situations. But if I were going to tell somebody about having to deal with this, first thing I want them to do is get counseling if they can get it. But the main thing is education is so critical.
Most definitely. Because
when you're in the 10th grade and you're pregnant and you have no education and you have nobody taking care of, parents taking care of you, you're really a dead end. You have no place to go. Education is so critical. What else do you think, Angie, that could be done in that area, and Alexis, that could be done in the area of educating those people who are most susceptible to domestic violence?
Well, you've got to, education is key, and it's got to start very early. It's got to start. It's all about empowering people, like Alexis was talking about. But it's not just the women. If the one who's doing the abusing, there's some root issues there, and I think this goes back for every issue that we're seeing when they talk about even, the gun laws and things. And I saw some interesting statistics between, Chicago and another major city, and all of this, and it doesn't have to do with the amount of guns that are there or who has concealed weapon permits. It's about the education, and it has to do about what's causing someone to do that. So I think you hit it right on the head, and that's what Alexis is talking about. If we provide these services, but if we can start doing more education through seminars and books, and get people involved and empower these people to kind of stand up and take charge of their lives, and not this constant cycle, but finding out what's causing this, and I think that is the key.
Well, I want to say congratulations, Alexis. You have something you want to add, by the way?
Sure, yeah. I think it's really important when we're young. We need to teach our kids violence is not the way to go. And then when boys are growing up, you don't say, oh, boys will be boys. Oh, hormones, that's not okay. It's not. You can't pressure anybody. You shouldn't teach, oh, that's what teenage boys do. No, it's not. You need to be respectful. You don't ever pressure anybody. You don't, lots of teenage boys at parties, they do. No, it's not okay. And that attributes to the problem. And also comprehensive sex education in school. Teach the facts, not necessarily scare tactics, the facts, what you need to do, and that'll help a lot.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Thanks for doing that, by the way. Appreciate it.
And Buddy, I'd like to go ahead and share. I talked to the Domestic Violence Center today. They were so appreciative of the $500 donation that was given, and they said that that's crucial because just like Alexis said, these people show up there with nothing. They have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn to. They have no clothes, no food. They have children. So if anyone else wants to get involved, their business phone is 352-351-4009. They'll tell you how you can make a donation, whether it may even just be clothing. If you're throwing out clothes, they'll take clothes.
Where are they located, do you know?
They won't give their location.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly. So if you call that, and then if you're in trouble, they have their hotline number, 352-622-8495. There are people there that want to talk to you and help you out.
8495.
Exactly.
Okay. Very good. Now, we have about a minute. Not even that. We'll address it real quick. Tell me about sinkhole insurance.
Okay, sinkhole insurance. And basically, I don't know what the full question is, but...
Well, if you don't have it, do you need it, and can you get it?
If you have homeowners insurance, the legislature passed a law this year. It's called House Bill 408, and basically it gives everyone what's considered catastrophic ground hole, which means that if you truly have a sinkhole open up under your house, you have clear structural damage that is clear to the naked eye, your home's not safe to live in it, the city would come out and say it's condemnable, you should have that on every policy.
That's not on your policy now. What
That
do you do?
should be on every policy.
It should be on it now?
Yeah, that's what's called catastrophic ground hole.
So
which
your house goes away in a hole.
Everybody
you're not
has.
going to be stuck without it. Okay.
The piece that was taken away, a lot of carriers stopped doing, was what was called, what they had deemed a sinkhole, which means you've got some you've got some cracks on your walls, you've got maybe some shifting in your cabinets, but nothing catastrophic has happened. You're just a little worried. Yeah. That is what would be a sinkhole endorsement that some companies, not all, will allow you to add. In Marion County, it's a couple $100 to add that to your policy. So, yeah, in Hernando, some of the other counties that have been, it's a couple thousand. Yeah. So it just kind of depends on where you live. But it may be worth looking at if you're in an area that has had a lot of sinkhole activity. But everyone who has a homeowner's policy, I always say call your agent. Call your agent. That is one of the reasons why you need to review.
Good information.
See what
now,
you
I
have.
hope that solved the question for the person who asked you. We got to talk about the Great Gatsby Party.
Yes.
Extravaganza.
Yes.
Getting my jacket out.
Fun.
Getting ready to go. Getting ready to get my outfit picked out. We'll take a break. Come back. We'll talk about the Great Gatsby Extravaganza coming up Friday at the Marion Theater. Right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies, Gifts, and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies, Awards, and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies, Awards, and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
It is true that the smartest listeners listen to The Source, WOCA. And it's also true that the luckiest listeners tune into The Source. Or maybe lucky and smart go hand in hand.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Linda is a smart listener and also a lucky listener.
Hello, Linda. This is Larry at WOCA.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
You are the winner of 2 3-day passes to Walt Disney World.
Isn't that funny? I cannot believe that. I can't believe I won, Cool. That is so exciting. Yeah, that is really great. I'm excited.
You never know what prizes will be given away on WOCA The Source, but every smart listener knows that you make your own luck by keeping your dial set on Ocala's first news, talk, and entertainment station, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, WOCA The Source.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Good credits, bad credits.
It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're ocalaforsale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to ocalaforsale.com. License and inventory change daily. Offered at an include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Russ with Climate Control Mechanical Services, and I want to invite you to tune in every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. to listen for tips and answers to the many questions you may have about your air conditioning and heating for your home or business. The Climate Control Show, every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. right here on WOCA, 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Go. Me and Jesus got that part worked out. I wait at the gate till his face.
All right, final couple of minutes here with Angie Lewis on the Voice of Ocala. Well, let's talk about the big event Friday at the Marion Theater.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited about this event. The Facebook has been blowing up. I know Janie is so excited as well as you and everybody else. But yeah, the Great Gatsby block party. It's the premiere at the Marion Theater. We've got for sure 13 vintage cars, Model T, Model A, a car I've never even heard of, a jazz band. The Cup is doing the food, and everyone is. Lots of buzz about what am I wearing? What are you wearing? Yeah. So I think that's exciting.
I've seen some of yours because yours was in the picture with Tom Ingram in the magazine.
Oh, I got a whole new outfit for this one.
You changed outfits. Oh.
I'm wearing her dress in the picture.
Oh, so Alexis is coming too. Good.
Yeah, Alexis is coming. Brooks is going. Yeah, and I haven't talked with Janie. I know the last time that we spoke, over 100 tickets pre-sale have gone through. So, and I saw a group at Mesa de Norte today, and they were all like, "Yeah, well, we're going to be there." And I'm like, "Have you gotten your tickets?" And they're like, "No, should we?" I'm like, "Yes, go online, get your tickets, because it's going to be sold out, and it's just going to be a fantastic evening."
Well, I mean, think about it. It's a great deal. I mean, you get your tickets, and you can get them on Fandango, or you can get them at the downtown at the theater.
Right.
If you're a senior or whatever, you want to you get Fandango costs a little bit more.
Right.
But you show up, and that's all you have to do, and you have some free goodies.
That's right.
Thanks to the Cup, right, which I should tell people.
Yeah.
Cup of the Irish, some people call it the Cup. Alan Americamp, which you guys doing a really nice thing here. You're going to have a lot of food here. I'm wondering,
Well, yeah, and really they're doing, it's more like light appetizers, but it's, they'll have
finger
plenty
food.
Yeah, finger food. Yeah. And then the concessions, the theater will have beer and wine for sale, which is great. And it's just going to be a fun event downtown. Lots of buzz and pulling people into theater. The advertisement that went into the Village's newspaper looked phenomenal.
Yes,
I don't know if you saw it.
I saw what Janie sent me. It looked terrific.
Because it also promotes all the other great things that we have downtown with the Corkscrew, where you can make your own wine, live music that we have going on, the different, we've got French restaurant, Feta Mediterranean, Pie, and Harry's and Mark's. So it's just, it's going to be an incredible night.
So it starts at 6?
Yes. 6 to 8.
And I think the movie's 7:45.
7:45, 8. So I just, get there by 6.
And all the cars are going to be cool. Got a Rolls Royce out there?
We've got, there's going to be a Rolls. The one that we had in the photo shoot, and then we've got another one coming in. But the Villages have been awesome because I have 2 different car clubs that have really rallied behind this, and we probably could have gotten a lot more cars.
But where are you going to put them?
But we've got that area of the road blocked off, and
there will be parking there. You have to want a block, or walk a block, or a block.
Well, and we've got thanks to the Forest High School ROTC, we've got volunteers that are going to come out and help direct traffic and kind of show people where there's open parking and things. And we'll be handicap parking behind the theater. So, so I encourage everyone to come out.
Well,
it's going to be
appreciate your support on that. It's going to be fun. So we'll be broadcasting live out there, by the way. So we'll be out there at 3 o'clock, and we have Ask the Cops show there. So don't do anything you shouldn't be doing around 4 o'clock because the sheriff and the chief will be there. So sure. Alexis, congratulations on your award as a good neighbor.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Mom.
You got a pretty,
You're welcome.
Pretty cool
That'd be
mom.
great on your resume.
Yeah, you got a pretty cool mom there. Mom's thinking about resume and work now. She's got it all figured out. Okay, thanks, ladies. Appreciate that.
Thank you, buddy.
Coming up here on the top of the hour, we've got Buddy Sports Page. We've got lots to catch up on. We've talked to Dave Pingalore at Local 6. Also, our friend Tom James on the way in. We'll have some things to talk about, including that incredible basketball game last night. They got to love those Chicago Bulls, man. They sure looked great last night. All right, coming back next. Stay tuned to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mama who never was around, but she grew up tall and she grew up right with them Indiana boys on an Indiana night.
Commercial Bank approval. Vehicle purchase plus fixed rate allowance.
So, whoosh! That's the sound of my broom working overtime, because this month I'm sweeping the streets of Ocala to rid the city of old clunkers so you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hey, this is Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. Right now, I'll give you a lot more over your appraised value for your old car. Even if you're still making payments, even the worst clunkers qualify, and nice cars too. So trade up to a clean car today.
Plus, my sweeping is keeping the bankers from sleeping, because my For the People credit approval process gives my banks and lenders more opportunity to help good people like you.
So wave goodbye to that old car you're stuck in and say hello to a bright and shiny, nicer, newer car today. Get a lot more over appraised value for your old car.
Even if you're still making payments, trade up to clean up today.
Hurry, once I get rid of 57 cars, this auto makeover is over. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue.
Or call 694-1234. See your Prestige!
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, it's our business to make your business better. Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today. Recently, I had a great conversation with General Manager Pat Murray on the special events at Country Club of Ocala.
We have a lot of events, special events here that are geared towards the family. Easter comes to mind. We have an Easter bunny who hops around on the driving range. We usually hide somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 eggs and turn them loose and let them go harvest the eggs. We have a great family celebration here on the 4th of July where it's a traditional cookout, if you will. And as the sun goes down, the driving range becomes alive with probably one of the better fireworks displays in the area. Breakfast with Santa is a big deal.
Country Club of Ocala, where the Easter Bunny, Santa, and all the children, large and small, are a big deal on every special occasion. For more information, call 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of the Monday Gator Report right here on The Source.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
So what did you do with your weekend? Me? I was flying, because I'm taking flying lessons from Ocala Aviation. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, I'd like to give that a shot, but I'm not quite sure. Well, I've got the solution. It's called the Discovery Flight, and that's exactly what it is. It helps you discover the wonder of flying and if it's for you. It's only $99, and it gives you the chance to learn a bit more about the airplane and then actually go for a ride with a flight instructor and take control of the airplane. That's how I got started, and now I'm on my way to being a pilot. I know, scary thought, right? But the demand for qualified pilots is stronger than ever. And with the help of Ocala Aviation, you could make a career change and learn to be a commercial pilot. But it all starts with a Discovery Flight. So stop by the flight school, conveniently located at the Ocala Airport. Visit the website at ocalaaviation.com or call 861-7484. That's 861-7484. Ocala Aviation. Your adventure starts here.
This is Don with ABC Frederick's Appliance. Here's my daughter, Lena.
And hey, everybody, it's Lena. You need to come down to ABC Frederick's Appliance on County Road 25, just over the railroad tracks in Bellevue, where you are treated right with the right products like Whirlpool, Maytag, Crosley, and Speed Queen. These are the new ones. Don't forget, we also carry used appliances that we warranty. ABC Frederick's Appliance does repairs, too. Call us at 629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance on County Road 25, just over the railroad tracks in Bellevue. It's at 629-5181.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Your 401k statement today. You probably made some money if any of it's in stocks. The Dow soared to a record close over 15,000 at the bell. It's been a long, hard climb to that benchmark. The first time the Dow reached 14,000 was back in July of 2007. My name is Amanda Berry, and I've been in the news for the last 10 years. With that call, Cleveland police rushed to a home where Barry, Michelle Knight, and Gina DeJesus had been held captive for a decade. The women today were reunited with their families, and 3 men are under arrest. They pledge to defend their country, but too many members of the service end up defending themselves against a sexual attacker, often within their ranks. A new Pentagon report shows that it happens almost 70 times a day. It's one piece of sports equipment that you shouldn't skimp on: your kid's football helmet. Researchers at the Center for Injury Biometrics found modern helmets can cut the risk of concussion by up to 96%. This is ABC News.
Hi, Tom Bodette. Motel 6 is always thinking of ways to make it easier to book a clean, comfortable room for a great low rate. And this is the first test of our reservation by telepathy system, commencing now. Now. Wait a minute. Now. Well, you can still call 1-800-4-MOTEL-6, book online at motel6.com, or with our cool new app on your tablet or smartphone. I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
At Grainger, we understand running a facility means wearing a lot of hats. One minute you're replacing a condenser fan motor, the next you're swapping out fluorescent bulbs. That's why we offer over 900,000 products in 31 product categories. Many ready right when you need them, from HVAC equipment to safety supplies. Whatever you need, even if it's a new hat. Yeah, we've got those too. To help keep your business running efficiently, call, click Grainger.com, or stop by a branch today. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Hello, welcome to a Tuesday edition of Buddy Sports Page. Time to go around the water cooler here in a moment with our cast. Tom James on his way in. Tom Schmidt's here. JJ LaSalva, Buddy Martin, along with Sean Down Goes Frazier. He's on assignment at the moment. He may not be joining us this afternoon. But, well, I got a new team in the NBA. I was prepared to go last night, turn on the television and see the slaughter. And to see LeBron, the celebration, the coronation of LeBron, the 4th MVP, and sitting down to a nice evening of watching basketball. And I didn't expect these ragtag Chicago Bulls.
You didn't expect Nate Robinson and Jimmy Butler?
Beat up, worn down, just coming off a 7-game series, 4 of their players out. Their star point guard still not there. And, they're one of their star players with plantar fasciitis, however you say it. It's actually a wart on the foot is what it is. But anyway, plantar fasciitis. And I didn't expect that to happen. And you thought, well, they're giving a good account of it for the first 3 quarters. They're pretty good. I'll hang in there. But, in the end, LeBron's going to dominate. He's going to put the game away. And it'll be nice effort by the Bulls. And, and good for them. And that was not what happened.
No. And I'm blaming this loss on the coaching by the Heat. Because they kind of treated it like it was a regular season game. Everybody knows the Heat, kind of flutter early in the game. First, second quarter, they don't do much. But then in the third, fourth quarter, they really turn it on. In the playoffs, you can't really do that. So in the second quarter, in the first quarter, when you're taking out all your starters for a long stretch of time, and you end up the first quarter with like 12 points or 15 points or something like that. You had to hit a runner in the lane with Norris Cole just to make it 15 points in the first quarter. You got to keep your starters in longer than that. I know that Dwayne Wade's sort of hurt, but he still played 33 minutes. I don't know. You don't have the team on the bench to beat the Bulls right now.
Let's just relax. They were down in every series they played last year in the playoffs, and they won the championship.
I don't think they're going to lose the series.
They lost one game after a 7-day layoff, and you got to give them. You can't practice them the whole 7 days, so there was a little rust. Coaching was a little suspect last night. I'll give you this. Here's the stat, though, that should have told you, buddy, that LeBron James may lose. LeBron James is a combined 21 and 27 in career games versus Tom Thibodeau coach defenses. He's 2-6 when Thibodeau was with the Rockets, 11-13 against the Celtics, and 8-8 versus the Bulls. Tom Thibodeau may have a pretty good game plan on how to defend LeBron James.
I think that they don't really have any. I don't think the Heat had anything down low to stop them either. When you have, Jimmy Butler, who put up like 21 points or something like that, ended up going to the free throw line a million times. Nate Robinson, who's 4'2", able to get in the lane with ease and score. You got problems.
Well, who was covering LeBron last night? Wasn't that Butler?
No, they switched off.
Yeah.
But the guy,
they did a good job on LeBron.
The guy that was mostly covering LeBron last night had 11 boards, and Joakim Noah had 14 boards. When 2 players have 25 boards, it's going to be a long night for whoever they're playing.
But we're not even getting to addressing a point. We're totally missing a point.
No,
here.
They're playing a mass unit.
We're totally missing a point. It's not about whether they're going to win the series. That's not what it's about. It's about we've learned a new lesson in the NBA.
LeBron can lose.
It's not always about talent.
Well, it is, because you just said it. They're not going to win the series.
I didn't. What? But so what? Every game is not about talent, JJ. Sometimes it's about effort. That's what we're seeing here. We're learning a lesson that when you can take your team and go out against the world champions, and your stars are one guy who's a third-string point guard and a crippled center,
right.
You can't tell me it's about talent. It's about what to. It's about playing defense. It's about going for loose balls.
I think you can win a game like that, but you can't keep winning like that.
It's about the moment at a time when all the superstars are sitting out on the sidelines. It's about the moment. It's not about the series. It's not about anything. It's about the moment of what happened last night. This team was transformed into something that we thought we're not believing our eyes here. What we're seeing. That's what sports is. Sports is when something magnificent happens because of some superb effort or execution is part of that. But if we talk about series and statistics and that's not it. It's about these courageous Chicago Bulls, and I tweeted it last night. You gotta love the Chicago Bulls. They bleed all over the floor.
Well, you gotta realize, in the last 45 games, the Bulls are 42-3. 2 of the games that they lost mattered because it was a 27-game win streak up for grabs and a playoff game up for grabs. 2 of the 3 losses out of the 3 they've had in the last 45 games were both games that mattered. And it was both to the Bulls. So the Bulls are a pretty good basketball team, whether their stars are healthy or not. And I know exactly what you're saying, buddy. This Bulls team is a mirror image of its coach. Tom Thibodeau's that that gritty, get in your face, leave it all out on the floor kind of guy. And that's exactly what the Bulls were last night. They put in a Herculean effort, and it showed. And that's what you're talking about. In the moment, that was a Herculean effort. Let's not get lost on, but the other team was rusty. That was a dadgum good basketball
Raise your
game
hand
the Bulls played.
if you thought the Bulls are going to win that game before it started.
If somebody raises their hands,
Nobody.
you're lying.
Nobody.
Exactly. Nobody
And
thought
so this is the essence of sports to me right here.
I didn't think it was 45 seconds to go in the game and the Bulls up by 5. I didn't think they could
have
win.
nothing but mad respect for guys like Nate Robinson, who had 6 stitches or 8 stitches, who got up and played. I mean,
27 points.
I thought it was just a wonderful exhibition and a bit of almost like a morality play in a sense.
It was very good.
At a time, name the guys who are out, who are not playing.
The drama.
JJ, name
Dang,
the guys.
Heinrich, just for them?
Yeah, and
Rose, Dang, and Heinrich are
Yeah,
out.
there are 4 guys, right, are out. Well, no, Noah's
There could be
playing, only
somebody
3.
else.
Listen, all right, how about around the league? Blake Griffin,
Kobe. Derrick
Kobe.
Rose.
Keep
Any
naming them.
team.
Keep naming them. Keep naming them. There are a lot more. Just keep naming
That
them.
are still left in it?
Well, I'm just saying
Danny Granger,
who went
I
by the wayside.
Yeah, Mare Stoudemire.
And what they say?
Westbrook.
What excuse does Miami have? Other
They're
than
not injured. You're right.
and they're
10
not
days
hurt.
off.
Big deal.
That's a big deal.
It was 7 days.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this: if I could get 10 days off, I got to be better when I came
It
back.
wasn't
I'd be
10 days.
rested.
It was a full 7 days.
It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's
And Eric Spoelstra gave him 3 days off and then 4 days of practice.
No. So my message on that is that gets me interested in the NBA game when I can see efforts like that. I mean, I will follow the Chicago Bulls all the way, and I want to see Miami win it. But by the same token, the guys from the other side of the track came across and beat up on the rich guys last night. So that's my take on that.
I think they're all pretty well.
And we'll have a lot more to talk about. JJ, what's the headlines other than that?
Other than that, you missed the best basketball game last night.
I saw the first half.
It was a terrible game.
Double.
44
Let me
minutes gone.
Let me comment real quick. I watched the first half. I did not stay through double overtimes, okay?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I got to be honest with you. I heard talk about stats. Usually stats are for losers. But this is one stat that I heard today. I think it's right. When a team is up by 16 with 8 minutes to play, it's 392-0 if they win.
Not now.
Exactly.
392-1.
They scored about 15 points, I believe, in the last couple minutes
of the game.
They scored
16 points with 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the game. They were down by 16.
Yes. The Warriors gave up a massive lead. Steph Curry was carrying them the whole night. Finished up with 44 points, 11 assists. But, man, it turned into the Tony Parker show at the end of regulation, and then Manu Ginobili took over, and overtime hit the game-winning jumper. Spurs won Game 1, 129-127 in San Antonio. If the rest of the games are anywhere as close to good as this one, hell of a series to watch.
Ginobili couldn't throw it in the ocean from a boat until the overtime.
And by the way, if they win this series, I get
year.
dinner. Remember, I get lunch. Remember that? If they win this series, I get lunch.
So if Golden State wins, then you don't get lunch.
No.
Let's go, Steph Curry.
Yeah. You owe me lunch if they get to past the second round.
If San Antonio does.
Also, headlines real quick. Like we said yesterday, Testaverde, Hall of Famer. Also,
wait a minute. Don't forget who else
that's
there.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Your
Tebow.
boy, Danny Warfel. 1996 Heisman / National Championship winning quarterback for the Florida Gators. Also, Ron Dane, who leads college football and career rushing.
Coached by Brian White when he was at Wisconsin.
University of Wisconsin.
Some guys I have never heard of.
Well, who?
Ted Brown, only 4-time All-ACC player in conference history, NC State tailback. I know this guy, Teddy Bruschi, Arizona defensive tackle. Orlando Pace, Ohio State offensive lineman.
Pancake Pace.
Tommy Frazier.
Well,
Gator fans love
that's
him.
what I'm saving that for the Around the Water Cooler. We can talk about Tommy Frazier. The epitome of a college player, but because he didn't play in the pros, he never got the love he should have gotten. So we'll talk about that. Let's take a break.
Sort of like
Come back.
Warfel.
We'll talk to our friend Tom James on his way in. We got lots more to cover here. We got the Pinkster, Dave Pingalore. I'll have him up next. Stay tuned to Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. And somebody else missed Tommy Frazier. The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin for WinStar Medical Research. Every day we hear another story about innovation or about the cutting edge of technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. But did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that will impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name WinStar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize WinStar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at WinStar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people are right now. WinStar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend an opportunity to you to be a part of these. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. WinStar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. WinStar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly Are You Kidding Me rant? So join me and JJ LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
It is true that the smartest listeners listen to The Source, WOCA. And it's also true that the luckiest listeners tune into The Source. Or maybe lucky and smart go hand in hand.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Linda is a smart listener and also a lucky listener.
Hello, Linda. This is Larry at WOCA.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
You are the winner of 2 3-day passes to Walt Disney World.
Isn't that funny? I cannot believe that. I can't believe I won, you know? Cool. That is so exciting. Yeah, that is really great. I'm excited.
You never know what prizes will be given away on WOCA The Source, but every smart listener knows that you make your own luck by keeping your dial set on Ocala's first news, talk, and entertainment station, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, WOCA The Source.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Do you wonder why you continue to experience pain? Is your daily routine affected by your body telling you that it hurts? Let us explain why this may be happening to you every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on the Head to Toe Care Show. This is Dr. Riyad Fakuri, board-certified chiropractic orthopedist at the Fakuri Medical and Chiropractic Center, available to serve you and answer any questions that you may have. Again, that's on the Head to Toe Care Show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. right here on WOCA, The Source.
Garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA. Tattoo had brand new ink, and we didn't care what your mom would think about your name on my arm. Baby, is it spring or is it summer? The guitar sound or the beat of that drum.
All right, welcome back, Buddy Sports Page on Tuesday. Time to go around the water cooler. You can hear the click of the cups here and Everybody's got their water. Tom James has got his
Tom
bottle of
James,
water.
He was trying to hang Urban Meyer's bobblehead there. When
That's not good.
Brock Marion, actually.
Brock Marion had to save Urban Meyer right then.
I know. Threw a body block on Tom James. Wow. How you doing, Tom?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm just wrestling with the bobbleheads in the studio
the bobbleheads
today.
will get you if you don't watch it.
How's the Lakers doing in the play? Oh, yeah, never mind.
Let me check. Kobe's recovery going great. Thanks.
Hey, Derek Fisher's still in it, so.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely trying to break the tie with Kobe, right?
Yeah.
5 championships.
You watched any hoop?
You know what? I watched a little bit last night and turned back to the Bulls-Heat game with a couple of minutes left. Love what you just said about it, by the way. Of course. Even if they were leading and kind of maintaining all the way down the stretch, just like you guys, didn't think it was going to last, and it did. So, well put. Your synopsis of that a moment ago was outstanding. So,
well.
Yeah.
Why are you coming in scratching his back?
I'm telling you, I'm just giving out compliments all over the room today.
When you hear the gospel, you know what it is.
Here we go.
It's hard to argue with it, yeah.
Oh, well, we got a lot to talk about today, not the least of which is, NBA is usually don't get too tuned up on it till you get to the finals, but I think because the Heat are so good, and because of the storylines and the subplots of the storylines, with all the stars being out, and the efforts given. I mean, I love that Oklahoma City is playing hard now. Durant's out there giving it all he's got. He gets it. He knows his wingman is not coming back. He's got to make up the difference. And I love that in players when they say, hey, I got to step it up because we ain't got any other choice. So that's why I loved about the Bulls. We'll see. But those are good storylines. I think most people who work for a living can identify with the blue-collar ethic, say, hey, I don't get $8 million to sit around and pick my nose, Yep. I got to go work, and come home, and whether I want to or not. And
sometimes when I'm not feeling 100%.
I'm not feeling 100%, I got to go. There's no mothers get up, and they got babies to take care of. And
Derek Rose, you hearing that out there?
Yeah.
Is that message getting through to you?
By the way, I want to ask you guys about this. This is the first subject today. Derek Rose taking lots and lots of heat, right?
Yeah, and of course his boy has to say
something
wait a minute.
About it. Well, I mean, of course. You didn't have to.
Yes, he did.
Well, can I even get the story out?
I just hate Derek
Before
Rose.
I get the story, you know what?
Derek
JJ wants to
Rose
shoot the story down before I get to say it. That's the point is for those who are not have their finger on the button and watching, reading every line on the internet, who might be driving down the highway and haven't heard about this today. Joakim Noah came out and said, basically, shut up about Derek Rose, about his injury. His quote was, Derek's your brother, and to see him go through this is tough, but at the end of the day, it's really funny how quick people are to judge, but people don't know what it's like to lead a team, especially after you tore your ACL.
Neither does he.
Yeah, and so,
Derek Rose doesn't know. I just think that the doctors cleared you a couple months ago, okay? When that happens in sports, usually you have the athlete trying to come out and play, and the doctor saying, no, you're not cleared to play yet. This is unheard of to me in sports.
I would agree with you, JJ, from the standpoint of what we see. And I get why we're all wondering what's up with this guy.
And we see him dunking before a game.
JJ, have you ever been on a team in a locker room before?
Well, not like that.
Okay, well, on any team, if you play on a team,
like
the fact is that if the teammates believe him, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what the teammates really think he's hurt and can't play. That's all that matters.
Well, we'll see how many come out after Noah, who I believe is the first one really to make a public stand in favor of or behind Derek Rose. If everybody else stays silent, I think that says a lot.
Noah's the vocal leader.
Trust me.
Definitely.
Trust me, coming from a guy who's been in his share of locker rooms, we know as athletes when a guy's Cadillacing it and when he really can't go. It's not something you think that it's just Derek Rose. Like Buddy said, you will turn on a guy and say he's weak and he doesn't belong in our locker room, he's killing the chemistry. You will say that. You'll do it, and this is a terrible way to do it, but you'll hear an anonymous player says, that happens all the time. You hadn't heard an anonymous player saying, Derek can go, he just chooses not. If that locker room to a man thinks he can go, Derek Rose would have no friends in that locker room. If only one guy comes out and says it, it's because that's the guy that speaks for that locker room, and that's what Noah's job is on that team. Trust me, like Buddy said, if those guys thought for a second Derrick Rose could go and wasn't helping them win a championship, he would not have friends in that locker room. It wouldn't even be close.
So, anyway, it is interesting to see how that, like Tom says, we'll see who else comes up and goes to bat for him. Nate Robinson, you got to love him. His quote was, "God blessed me with a lot of heart and no height. And I'll take that any day," he says.
Wasn't Nate Robinson's job before the NBA one of the Lollipop Guild? Wasn't that his job? Didn't he hang out with Glenda the Good Witch? Wasn't that his job?
Oh, short. The man is a 3-time NBA dunk contest winner, by the way.
So Spud
dunk contest winner.
He was Spud Webb after Spud Webb.
He's won it 3 times
in a row.
No, not in a row. 2006, 2009, and I think.
Yeah, we had to look that up. I asked JJ, and he said he was 3 times. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed with his toughness. He got look what happened to him. He got his head stepped on. He got crushed last night. His face in the LeBron fell on top of him and pushed his face to the floor, and the guy comes back like gangbusters. That's my definition of toughness, right?
Did anybody see the thing that concerned me last night? Was a team that's supposed to be the best team in the league, supposed to have one of the best defenses in the league, supposed to not let anything get to them because they're proven champions. Every time they'd go to the hole strong and didn't hear a whistle, they would look at the referees like, "Where's the call?"
Yeah.
That concerns me.
Last night, their problem was the amount of threes that they shot and missed.
Yeah, they missed a bunch of them.
They were 7 for 24. That's not their game. The three's not their game. But the way Chicago plays defense, Tom Thibodeau even said it last night, they'll let you take that.
Now,
they'll cram it in there and let them kick it out to whoever, hopefully not Ray Allen, but Battier, somebody like that. And 7 of 24 is not going to cut. It's 29%.
Look up LeBron James' numbers for this season and compare them to last night's numbers. Everybody said LeBron didn't play well last night. If you look at his numbers, they're almost identical to his season numbers.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
But did he look like he played that good last night?
Here's the problem. They scored the fewest points of the season, and he did too in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So they did not. They were Cadillacing it in the first quarter.
Points.
They really didn't come out with any enthusiasm, And when you're playing a team like Chicago, when their motor runs fast, you hate teams.
Now, can you blame that on rust?
No, because like I said, I blame it on the coaching because they've been doing that all season long in the regular season.
I don't think
this is different.
I think reality.
They didn't play the starters for most of the first.
It's just human nature that when you won, they've won 40, all but 3 games at home, whatever it is.
They're 42-3,
wherever they are, or the last 42-3.
Right.
I mean, when you win that many, and I think the comment was made by Bosch last night.
Yeah, it was.
We needed that because we got things a little bit too easy around here.
Reality walked up behind the Heat, tapped him on the shoulder, and reminded them you really have to play to win these games. It just doesn't happen on paper.
Bosch said they got kicked in the rear end.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing that could have happened.
Why they don't play all 3 of them at the same time more? Doesn't make any sense to me. You got them for a reason.
Anyway, back to Nate Robinson. There was a good tweet last night. I loved it. Came across right after the game. Somebody tweeted, "Tonight we're all Nate Robinson." You could feel that, to be a guy like that. What a great respect that is for the kids.
Yeah,
anyway,
I want the Heat to win, so I didn't like Nate Robinson.
I admire effort no matter where it comes from. I respect it and admire it, and I really love what they did last night. It has nothing to do with loyalty to your team. It's about respect for someone who gives it all, who lays it out on the floor and says, "I'm giving you everything I got." I love that about athletes.
And Steph Curry is the same way last night.
Because I said that JJ does that. You said no, you didn't give him no respect, but you said athletes.
I give him respect occasionally.
You cleared it up. You said athletes and laid it all on the line.
All right, so let's talk about the Hall of Fame real quick.
Pete Rose, let him in.
No. I just want to say that since JJ's been sort of crowing about Vinny Testaverde, let me mention that Danny Werfel was named to the Hall.
Huge congratulations going out to Danny Werfel.
So, when it's all said and done, here's the thing about athletes like Werfel and others, and like Tommy Frazier, 2 guys, good guys. They're great college players.
Right.
They never become really good pros, and people forget about the fact it doesn't matter what they did as a pro. They were great. Tommy Frazier was one of the greatest players you ever. And by the way, that '95 Nebraska team, in my top 8 or 9 of all time.
I would agree.
Maybe higher. And Florida ran to a bus. Florida was undefeated. Remember that. Undefeated. They crushed Florida, and Tommy Frazier was the main reason.
The last team that won 3 national championships in 4 years was that Nebraska team in the 90s.
Yeah. Could have been Florida if Urban would have pulled.
So think now Florida will have 2 quarterbacks like that, 15 and Danny Werfel.
Similar in certain ways, yes.
I can assure you of this: he will be in the Hall of Fame. So
he'll be in the Hall. So. They should put him in the Hall now.
Yeah. And by the way,
Frazier never even really got a shot. Now that I'm reading, he never even got a shot in the NFL. He's Canadian.
Well, he went undrafted, didn't he?
No,
he was not drafted. But Montreal Alouettes for the Canadian football. He retired in like 97, so he didn't play very long. He got pneumonia when he was playing up there.
Trust
and
me.
Quit football.
Trust me. He doesn't have to pay for anything in Lincoln. Okay, believe that.
Ever.
That was my line last night about Joakim Noah. He'll never buy another drink on State Street.
No.
All right, we'll take a break. Come back. We'll talk with Dave Pingalore. Got lots more to come up. You guys got some things you want to talk about. I got a couple things, and I'll tell you about a guy who collects baseballs. How many baseballs could you collect if you went to games and just called them and put them? What do you think?
Minor league involved too?
No, this is just a guy. Well, I don't know.
Major league, minor league?
Particularly, he goes primarily. It's got 1 paragraph on it. It blew me away when I heard the stat. So you guys take a shot. If you went out to set your mind to a mission to go catch baseballs and collect them in Major League parks, how many could you get?
We wouldn't be allowed to leave with them because of the 6-year-old that's standing right next to us.
Well, we'll find out. Take a break. Time out on Buddy's Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com.
The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risks. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Call your good neighbor's State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 294-2444.
Commercial Bank approval. Vehicle purchase price of fixed rate allowance.
So, whoosh! That's the sound of my broom working overtime, because this month I'm sweeping the streets of Ocala to rid the city of old clunkers so you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hey, this is Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. Right now, I'll give you a lot more over your appraised value for your old car. Even if you're still making payments, even the worst clunkers qualify, and nice cars too. So trade up to a clean car today.
Plus, my sweeping is keeping the bankers from sleeping, because my For the People credit approval process gives my banks and lenders more opportunity to help good people like you.
So wave goodbye to that old car you're stuck in and say hello to a bright and shiny, nicer, newer car today. Get a lot more over appraised value for your old car.
Even if you're still making payments, trade up to clean up today.
Hurry, once I get rid of 57 cars, this auto makeover is over. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue.
Or call 694-1234. See your Prestige!
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy, scan, print, and share documents among all of our locations, but something that was within our budget. Dex Imaging recommended a Kyocera with their Index solution. It's been amazing. This machine does everything we need it to, including a direct scan into our current electronic medical record software. Dex even trained us on how to use it. Dex has been a tremendous help in making our practice and my job more efficient.
Thanks, Judy. And remember, call Dex Imaging today for a free workflow analysis to find out how you can save 20 to 30% on your copying and document management needs, just like Graper Facial Institute. Dex Imaging, 352-224-1816. That's 224-1816.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to Dairy Queen for a great new meal. Dairy Queen's now serving 3 different $5 meals. Hot dogs with chili, cheese, slaw, whatever. Quarter pound with cheese, loaded up any way you like it. Solid filet chicken tenders. And each meal comes with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $5. You got that right. Nobody beats that deal. A great value and a great meal. So come on down to Dairy Queen at Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
Hello? Can you hear me? Because if you can, then so can your customers. Radio works. Call today to advertise your business right here on WOCA 1370, The Source.
WOCA, Ocala.
All right, back on Voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin Sports Page, and time to go out to Orlando as we do on Tuesdays and find out from the great Pinkster from Local 6 if that was actually Joakim Noah in uniform last night or another former center who used to play for the Magic. Was that Dwight Howard we saw? Who was that playing last night?
That would have been Noah. Noah's improved drastically.
Yeah.
In his NBA career, he's not the same player as, he gets after it pretty good, Noah.
So, you gotta love his effort, don't you?
Great. I mean, the guy. You know what? There's never, if there's ever a guy that you think is not going to show up for a basketball game, it's not going to be that guy. He shows up every night, gives you 100 and whatever percent. As a cliche, but
yeah,
they cut the heat off after 8 days off, and professional basketball, anything can happen, but that's why they play 7 games in a series.
Yeah, we're sitting around the water cooler here with our guys today talking about that. And one of the things I remembered, what I loved about Noah when he played in college, he could block the shot, take the ball, and run the break, and he did it last night. How many guys that tall can be that nimble and take the ball to the hole on a fast break?
Not many guys, not at all. I mean, LeBron James is, tall kid. He can do it, but there's not many guys that can play, at that level in the NBA for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, what are your thoughts on the selections to the College Football Hall of Fame? Anything there? You got Werfel in.
Yeah, it's funny when you guys called me. I was just writing the story about that, and of course Danny Werfel is going in, which is really not a surprise, right? I mean,
right? No, I'm slam dunk there. He was going to go in. I think Tommy Frazier is the guy who epitomized college football, but never played in the NFL. We said earlier, never got a lot of love because of that. But those are the guys who were. Ron Dane was coached by Brian White, who coaches running backs at Florida now. Those are all good names. I can't speak to a couple of them, but there's always a couple in there that I don't remember. Kentucky and Steve Bellinger. I don't know. He's obviously an older player. But anybody there that struck you, any names that you thought of that said, yeah, he's the guy? I know Bill McCarty pretty well. I remember when he went through that dark period and couldn't win a game and all the things he went through with, and finally got a national championship in 1990. So anybody there you want to talk about?
The one guy that stuck out to me, and only because he was a very successful professional, would have been Teddy Bruschi.
Yeah.
You talk about Teddy Bruschi. You don't think of Teddy Bruschi as a guy that you remember even playing in college. I mean, he played at an obscure school in California.
Yeah, Northern California.
So that was kind of like I'm like, where did that guy even play college football? So. it's funny because you don't watch college. You only see the big schools on TV or talked about a lot, and again, Teddy Bruschi's known for being a New England Patriot.
Yeah.
So,
and a lot of guys are like that. I mean, some guys, come from small schools, as you said, and play in the NFL. You only get to know them once they play there. But and they play the ones who play at the big name schools get the best chance. Let's face it.
Yeah, I mean, the big name schools, you get the most coverage. Like I mean, friends with John Mobley, former Denver Broncos. I golf with him
Remember him
3 or 4 times a week. He went to Kutztown. He was inducted into Division II college football Hall of Fame, but another obscure guy nobody would know about until he got to the NFL. So it's funny. I think the story is more shocking to the casual observer. There's even a college Hall of Fame. Like it's funny if you're just kind of a casual guy. You don't even realize they even do a ceremony. But I remember Darryl Talley got in a few years ago. Former Buffalo Bills defensive player.
Well, I resemble that remark because I used to be, when I was in New York, I used to be on their board. So take that remark back, will you?
No, I'm not saying me. I'm saying in general, the casual person.
Yeah. It's not like it isn't like Cooperstown. I'll give you that.
No, it's not Canton. You just don't think of it as prominent as a professional Hall of Fame. So
well, I mean,
but no, it's a good story.
Do you know where it is? Let me ask the panel. Do any of you guys know where the college football
Stop.
Do you guys know where it is? College Football Hall of Fame? Do you know?
It's in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Well, that's the NCAA.
Do you know?
Gainesville, Florida.
No, but it may be moving. But anyway, I can tell you where it was. You know, Ping?
Enlighten me a little bit.
South Bend, Indiana.
South Bend, Indiana.
That is right. I remember.
Yeah.
Let's see. And which school probably has the most players in that Hall of Fame?
University of
Iowa.
South Carolina.
Yeah, not USC.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what's on the show tonight, Pinkster?
So that's a good little bit I could do tonight.
Well, you better double check it hasn't moved. That's where it used to be. I haven't checked it lately, but I know that's where it used to be. It could have moved.
I will have to. Definitely check that out. Tonight we're going to be talking about that, and I'm going to at 11 o'clock. I've had a Danny Wolfel ping pong in the can for a while, so I'll bring that out. So it's a good little time, a little piece. Yeah. We'll do that tonight at 11. So talk a little NBA, and that's about it. Talk about some Predator football and.
Well, how about a guy who was 1,201st in the world winning the golf tournament on the PGA Tour?
Yeah, that was pretty good last weekend. Yeah.
Can we remember his name? Anybody remember his name? Remember his name? Who remembers his name?
Yeah, I bet you nobody remembers that guy's name.
Derek Ernst. Derek Ernst.
Got a big one. Got a big one in Jacksonville this week.
Yeah.
I'll be there Friday afternoon, Ping. Tom will be there live.
You going to be there at the Players?
I will not be there. No.
Give me a winner.
You want a winner?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a winner. Ready?
Don't say Tiger.
I'm going to give you. Can I give you potentially 2 winners?
Sure, give them to us.
Okay, Martin Laird.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm going to go with the kid that lives there, former Florida Gator, won a couple weeks ago, Billy Horschel.
Yep. It's a good pick.
I like that pick. He lives there, he plays there. That's not a bad pick.
All right. Pretty good. Martin Laird kind of pulled on one. I'm going to go Adam Scott and Justin Rose. How about that?
He's telling us it's not a bad pick already.
No, I know. Well,
I mean, is my favorite intern there? Was I negative at all today?
No, let me check with her. She says you're okay today.
Okay.
Yeah. Her name, by the way, her name is Bella, so give her a shout out.
Bella. Okay, Bella. There you go.
All right, man. So I think you want her back today. You're all right.
All right, that's good.
Thanks, Dave. Dave Pinglor, Local 6. Catch him tonight. Appreciate that. Have a good night. All right.
We going around the water cooler on picks on TPC, by the way? I'm going to go Ricky Fowler.
Hunter's already taken him.
Okay, well, that's...
Well, I mean, we didn't make the picks yet. Not here. Yeah, but he has to be here to make the picks.
Yeah, but Hunter and Ricky Fowler hang out. They drink together. They're boys.
I'm going to go Phil.
Not a bad pick. His short game was good last week, and he lost that golf tournament.
I'm going to go, really with no shot at winning this, Mr. Golf will go back-to-back champion Matt Kuchar. Kuchar will win it for his second year in a row.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Who won it last year?
Matt Kuchar.
Oh, he won it last year. He did win it last year.
That's right. Why it would be back-to-back wins.
Well, because I'm thinking Webb Simpson. No. I remember he won the Open.
Right. Or are you picking for this year and next year?
Well, I couldn't.
I thought for a second that you gone 1 year too far back.
But buddy, if we may, while you were talking to Pinkster off air here, Schmitty and I sort of wrote down each of our biggest snubs in the College Football Hall of Fame all time. Yours?
Mine, of
course.
How
about JJ? Does he get one too?
JJ, give you a second to think about
Schmitz.
it. Thank you.
Well, okay, all right. I guess that's unanimous.
Biggest snub in college football.
Why would you think it would be Georgia Southern related?
The biggest snub of College Football Hall of Fame, because to qualify as a candidate for the Hall of Fame, you must be a head coach for 10 years. And because he was only a head coach at Georgia Southern for 9 years, he isn't even considered for the Hall of Fame. The legendary defensive coordinator at the University of Georgia and head coach at Georgia Southern, Erskine Russell.
Yeah, he won
it. That's a terrible snub.
At least 2 national championships, right?
He won 2. No, he won 3.
3,
85,
okay.
86, and 89.
And part of one at Georgia.
And Buddy will tell you, the 80 team at Georgia, everybody says Herschel Walker, that junkyard defense was the reason Georgia won football.
He's a great defensive coordinator, I can tell you that much. I know that for sure.
But he's not even eligible for the Hall of Fame because he was 1 year short as a head
first of all,
coach.
they should let assistant coaches be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, but that's another story. All right, anybody else? You got any Hurricanes down there? You got one?
Dion.
I mean,
Deion Sanders, not in the
college he probably
football,
will be.
but he's not.
How can he not be yet?
How's Danny Werfel in and Deion's not? Deion played 5 years before Danny Werfel.
I don't really know how that works.
I think he played his last college game in the Sugar Bowl in '89, I believe.
Vinny Testaverde didn't play.
That's a good one.
The late '80s was the last time he was in college.
Deion Sanders out of college football for 24
never a part of a national championship,
years.
though, was he? Never a part of a national championship.
And that's the other thing. Vinny Testaverde.
Testaverde never won one.
Testaverde lost to Penn State in that game with the.
But why did it take
the plane and
why did it take him so long to decide Vinny Testaverde was a Hall of Famer?
He won a Heisman Trophy.
I mean,
he won a Heisman Trophy. You would think a Heisman equals College Football Hall of Fame.
24 years, because Testaverde's last year was what, 89?
Around 87 was his last year.
Testaverde, 86 was the Penn State-Miami game, so 86.
Yeah,
I've got to go back and look at who's in, who's not. I don't know who all's not in, but I mean, I'm sure there's some.
Now, does that really?
I can't say who's a snub.
Does that really answer the question of who cares?
Who cares about the Golf Hall of Fame?
I didn't know there is one.
But there is. It's in St. Augustine.
And Freddie Couples wept and said it's the greatest day of his life. He was inducted this week.
The World Golf Hall of Fame's in St. Augustine.
Now, see?
It's a very nice place.
Maybe one day we'll do a story on where the Halls of Fame are. So somebody nobody knows where it is. Where's the Basketball Hall of Fame?
Springfield, Massachusetts.
Because
that's where Dr. Naismith was.
That was the beginning of where it's found.
Right. And it's not the NBA Hall of Fame, by
the way. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame.
We got one close by. How about the LPGA?
It's in Daytona.
Yes, it is.
Damn.
Halls of Fame. Well, we're learning all kinds of stuff.
Right.
What a show. We educate, inform, and entertain. We do it all right here. Meanwhile, we're going to take a break, come back, and pour some more water right here on an edition of the Round the Water Cooler with the cast of thousands on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com.
The Source.
Hi, this is Lisa Midget, owner of Kinetic Motion Fitness here in Ocala, Florida. A lot of you have experienced our great classes in personal small group training, but did you know we now offer dynamic workouts on DVD? These high-quality, locally produced, effective DVD workouts can go where you go. Going on vacation? No problem. We can go with you. Friends and relatives out of town who are jealous that you get to come to KMF? No problem. We ship anywhere in the United States for free. Our great lineup of 4 DVDs includes Kinetic Achieve, Kinetic Couples, Kinetic Core, and Kinetic Campus. 4 great workouts for the entire family on DVD. Sound interesting? Check them out on our website at kmfocala.com. While you're there, check out our class schedule and come see us. We're only 5 minutes from downtown across from the Skylark Plaza. Visit kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. KMF will get you results at our studio or at home with one of our DVDs. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are. Visit kmfocala.com for more information.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
If you're looking for work, then you don't want to miss Workforce Connections Job Fair on Wednesday, May 8th from 8:30 a.m. to noon at the College of Central Florida's Klein Center in Ocala. Find out about career opportunities and learn about Workforce Connection services. There is no charge to attend, but registration is required. You can get all the details at workforceconnectionfl.com or by calling us toll-free at 1-800-434-JOBS. Workforce Connection, your employment solution, starts here.
It is true that the smartest listeners listen to the source, WOCA. And it's also true that the luckiest listeners tune into the source. Or maybe lucky and smart go hand in hand.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Linda is a smart listener and also a lucky listener.
Hello, Linda. This is Larry at WOCA.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
You are the winner of 2 3-day passes to Walt Disney World.
Isn't that funny? I cannot believe that. I can't believe I won, you know? Cool. That is so exciting. Yeah, that's really great. I'm excited.
You never know what prizes will be given away on WOCA The Source, but every smart listener knows that you make your own luck by keeping your dial set on Ocala's first news, talk, and entertainment station, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, WOCA The Source.
I make my own luck. So do I.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you can.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala Buddy Sports page. Tom James and I still over here arguing, just still upset about the College Hall of Fame. Now Tom James just realized Pete Carroll can't get in either because he's only got 9 years.
9 years.
There you go.
Incredible.
Hey, buddy, speaking of a big-time college head coach.
Yeah. We don't get too many big-time college. Well, we do get a few, I guess.
Urban Meyer, national championship winner. Steve Spurrier, national championship winner. We do okay.
Ron Zook.
Zook,
but
great Florida coach,
but,
NFL
we're
coach.
going to get on next week is, hope it all goes well. They allow us to do this. We're going to have Jimbo Fisher from Florida State on the program. We're going to be out at Country Club of Ocala 2 weeks. The 22nd. That's two weeks from tomorrow, right?
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah. 22nd, May 22nd at Country Club of Ocala. We have a golf outing there and dinner. And we're going to try to get Gary Thurston on, who's a big Seminole fan.
It's the Marion County Seminole Club, right?
It is. Marion County Seminole Club. And, I said this yesterday. Call me crazy. I'm a Gator fan. I don't make
you are.
But I think it's a time now when Florida State might make some inroads into Marion County because we don't have any star players. We have a couple of guys playing, Detroit Pittman and whatever. But basically, there seems to be a cooling of the Gator mania here, to me at least. I think if a guy like Jimbo Fisher wanted to pop in here and make a few appearances and and Gary Thurston's boys could get busy a little bit, you might make a little headway on the Gators. You never know.
They get recruits from here.
Think about this. Jimbo Fisher comes every year to the Marion County Seminole Club golf outing and dinner. He comes every year. No disrespect to the offensive coordinator from Florida. I was at the Marion County Gator Club and Brent Pease was here and I enjoyed it. But the head coach for the University of Florida is 25 miles up the road. Jimbo Fisher's coming 3 hours. That says something about where the Gators think that their bread is buttered. It ain't in Marion County, I'll tell you that.
It used to be like almost a suburban Gainesville in that regard, and they sent their head coach here.
Billy Donovan comes,
of course,
but the football head coach doesn't come.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I guess they're not important enough. But I mean, if I'm FSU, I'm thinking, hey, here's a county of 400 and some thousand that right in their backyard. Maybe I'll stroll down there and get a few players.
And he comes to the Marion County Seminole Club golf outing every year.
And you've got
this year. The 22nd of May, he'll be back right here in Marion County.
And it's not like you don't have high school football state champions in this county.
That's what I'm saying. Country Club Ocala, that's really a big-time place out there, isn't it?
Pretty darn nice.
This just in.
I'll tell you this much, too. This is a blatant plug for a sponsor, but I tell you this. I eat out there a good bit, and I'm going to tell you, on a given night, it's as good as you want to eat anywhere in town. I mean, it really is.
You bought me food out there twice, and it would go down as two of the best meals I've had in this
Let's stop kissing up to Pat Murray. I'm tired.
I like Pat a lot.
Yeah. He's not going to give me any free food.
No, but I eat those Andes candies when you first walk in the door. So
that's why he wants you not to be out there, by the way. All right, we want to thank our guests today. Of course, we had the Tribinator first hour. And we had Angie Lewis and her daughter Alexis. Congratulations for winning the Good Neighbor Award. Dave Pingelor is always with us on a Tuesday, and a special day when our friend Tom James, Benefit Advisors, drops by to share his. Did you get to talk to all of that? You didn't talk much today, Tom.
Hey, I try to slip in there any chance I get.
It's a very tough.
The show's named after Buddy, and he tries very hard to get in.
I don't get in very often either. So, but it's always good to have you. Have a good dialogue, and we'll catch up again next week as well. So thanks to our partners there. Down goes Frazier's back out in the catacombs someplace. Sean and of course JJ over there doing his country music thing today. Hunter Thompson Turner, who was here earlier, and of course Tom Schmitz. I'm Buddy Martin saying have a good night, everybody.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered